And what's up, guys?
What good?
God,
like that?
That was a funny
no
intro.
lead? like that?
Mm-hmm.
No lead. Dang. Like
No lead. We like to start
music on ours.
On the fly, brother.
We like to start natural. You have music on yours?
Yeah,
like
we have just an intro, and then we do a slight intro in the beginning to kind of recap the show, to give people since it's audio only.
Yeah.
We'll we'll say here we're gonna cover Dolphins, Cowboys, MMA, boxing.
We don't cover the Cowboys. We just give updates.
We talk shit. We talk all this shit. Yeah, but what ends up happening is we just give a quick 1 minute preview, and then we hit the music, and then
kind of like Greg Fitzsimmons. You ever heard of his podcast?
Bro, I don't know. We figured it was just better for us to do it that way.
Yeah.
Like, I listened to a lot of Fighter and the Kid and Rogan and Monday Morning, but it was like, for me, it was like, for our first couple episodes, it was just really clunky. So it's like, to make it better for the listener, because not everybody likes sports.
Yeah.
It's to give them, where everything's going to be. That way they go, okay, first section is going to be sports, then we're going to talk about something a little deeper. Then, we'll touch on our biggest winners and losers or whatever.
So, but do you do that afterwards?
What are you talking about?
Like you put that in?
No, the way we record it, we literally go first minute and a half. We say that, we cue the music, and then we just roll right in. No editing, no nothing.
Oh, really? So, like, you have everything planned already, what you're going to talk about?
Yeah, kind of like an outline,
We pre-plan everything, just that way we're not, we're not
going back and forth, switching topics, or we just kind of stay in order.
Yeah, we stay in order. Hour 20 minutes, hour 30 tops, in and out.
Okay. I see what you mean.
30 minutes?
Hour and 30 minutes.
Oh, I'm about to say, you talking way more than 30 minutes, bro.
Well, this is my podcast. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the UNG Odyssey podcast. And I'm here with a fellow comedian, Daniel, last name?
Gonzales. What
Gonzales.
A fucking asshole.
And Joe.
That's right.
I don't know your last name.
That's fine. Otero.
Okay. Otero.
That's right.
Joe Otero from the podcast Conocast.
That's right.
All right. What's up, guys?
Man, finally made this happen. It's been a little bit. We met a few months ago when I decided to start my comedy Odyssey, since we're here.
Yeah.
And we're here. Getting ready.
All right. Nice to meet you guys. Or nice to meet you, Joe. I've met you before.
Oh, yeah. We've shared the stage multiple times.
Yeah, we have. Over there at Haynes in Fort Worth. Or Plano.
Great shows and everywhere around the DFW.
Yeah. Well, my podcast is not so organized.
Of course not.
Because, for one...
It fits your personality.
It does fit my personality. Plus, I don't like...
Sorry, it's not bad. We only have filter.
Lana.
It's all good.
Mike?
Oh.
Come on, producer.
Oh, producer.
Not bad.
Jesus.
Can I get you something?
I'm more of a freestyle. Like, I like to look more like we're just conversating, and
It's all good.
And I've been told that I should have lists of topics and whatnot, but then I feel more structured, and then halfway I'll be like, oh, I forgot this topic or something like that, and it doesn't feel, it feels more talk show-ish, and I don't want that. I don't want that talk show. I like being able to just have a conversation, so it really looks like we're just a couple guys just sitting in the room just talking.
Yeah.
Bro, I like the setup though.
Oh, thanks.
Looks
Thanks.
dope, man.
So the Carnage mug.
Better than our shit. Like, we're still recording in the bedroom. We're trying to move up. That's why it's audio only.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've always started with video. I did it on Twitch, and of course, it goes to YouTube and all that good stuff. As soon as after I'm done with this, I upload it to YouTube, so it doesn't take that long.
So I just found out that you can do this on Twitch, and he just told me last week, and I always thought it was just a gamer's streaming.
No, they have a section. They have a section for audio and podcast areas.
Awesome.
So yeah, I think going into the new year, we're gonna upgrade from audio to Twitch.
What platform do you use?
We use Spreaker, and from there it gets distributed everywhere. We're everywhere. We're Spotify, Apple.
So it's kind of like
Anchor.
It's kind of like Anchor.
It's kind of like Anchor. We pay a little bit. We pay what, like $20 a month?
You pay for that?
Yeah, but the cool thing is, Anchor, you give up the rights to your audio.
No, actually, you don't.
You do. It's in the contract.
No,
I read it.
I had somebody do research on me for that, and it said in the contract.
Give it up. Nothing is for free. You give it up.
I don't
it's
think
theirs.
so.
Once it's because they watermark with their stuff.
Uh-huh.
They always do. Spreaker does not. They will add ads if you allow them to. They ask for permission. So all the audio that we have, it's exclusively ours. So if we decide to leave Spreaker or go to Libsyn or go to Podbean or wherever, it's ours and we can take our name wherever we
How
go.
recently did you review that?
I did a lot of research before we started the podcast.
Huh,
and we've only been doing it for about 3 months, 3.5 months or so.
That's weird, because I had one time, I forget what episode it is. I can go back to it and see, but I was having this discussion with Mike Hernandez. You know Mike Hernandez?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, he's another comic, and we were talking about it, and we were also talking about ways to distribute the podcast and his way of doing it, and we were having the same topic, you know, about Anchor, whether or not it was, you know, going to be his audio or not. And I had somebody do the research, and they looked at it, and they actually pulled a certain paragraph from it saying that Anchor, that the audio will always be the person's thing, and it will never be like fully anchored. So they're always. So I mean, I could probably look at it, but then I'll look at all the words and just be like, I'm not reading all this.
Well, that's why I'm the same way.
Are you like that? That's totally me. Like I can read it all. Like I don't understand what any of that meant.
Yeah,
but
which is why I lead most of the the
numbers,
the tech side,
yeah.
the tech side of the podcast and all this, the setup. Like, this is just two best friends fucking chilling and hanging out, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it started off. Me and my co-host Gump, but he's never here. He's my brother, but he's just never here. He was here for a while, and he would make it on point. And he also lived with me at the time, and then he moved out, and he kind of came to a few, but he kind of just hasn't been able to make it a lot of them. You know, his family's gotten, he's got his family thing, and he's working a lot, and
just life, man.
just life for him, and so I'm gonna rebrand the name pretty soon, and he can always come on if he wants to. I'm not gonna say no to him, but it's just not. There's no point in having U&G Odyssey if there's never a G. So,
yeah, it's true.
So, how's it going with your comedy career?
Well, it's still going. So I've only.
What was that? Wait. What was that little jig you just did?
No, I slapped him on his leg.
Oh, okay. I thought you were doing like a little dance.
So this motherfucker won't come see me until he knows that I'm killing.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, I
tell him I'm gonna come with a bag of tomatoes if you're not funny, but I'm gonna launch him.
Yeah, dude, I have people saying that to me too.
It's not personal.
So like, you've been in my position in the comedy. You know, we're a few months in. You know, you have good jokes and you have a lot of shitty jokes, and you know the only way you find out is stage time. So right now it's getting as much stage time as I can. So between work, the podcast, you know, being married, you do as much as you can. And
do you have any kids?
No kids, thank God.
Okay, that's kind of helpful.
Thank God. I have a dog, but he doesn't count. I can leave him at home. You know, I'm gonna go to jail for leaving him.
Yeah, I'd have to smack you if you're one of those guys. Well, I have my dog. That's my kid. Like, oh no, not one of those people. I can't stand those people. Be like,
if my wife
my dog is my child.
If my wife asks, he's our kid.
Oh
to you,
my goodness.
He's just a dog. He's just a dog. He's a cool. He's our third co-host. 10% of the room.
You hear him sniff.
Yeah, I have my dogs in the kennel back there, and sometimes they're snoring. It's like, shut up. But like, I understand. I totally understand that. Like, when I first started doing comedy, my family came to my first showcase.
Yeah. And
they thought it was funny, but then that's all they came to.
Yeah, my wife is starting to slowly not come to these, bro. Like, it's not because here's the deal, right? Like, they say don't. My wife has an excellent sense of humor. Mm-hmm. Like she's raunchy when it comes to her sense of humor. She's just not the type of person to ever go up on stage. She's, you know, blessed like that way. So when I test my material, I'll run like a tag by her, so she knows all the tags to my material. All of a sudden, she's like, "Look, it's hilarious. I just don't want to see it again." Like, if she knows I'm running new shit, she'll come.
I gotcha.
But she won't come to like when I'm practicing it to get it right.
Yeah.
So it's weird, man. It's weird how that works. But you'll see her from time to time. She'll come, but slowly she's like, "Nah, do you just come home?" You know.
Yeah.
one time I went. I attempted to go see him one time, but it was to go see some Eric Ramirez guy. What's his name?
Eric Rivera.
Eric Rivera.
We were supposed to interview him for our podcast, but I guess just scheduling issues and just kind of he went from like, I guess he did a guest spot at Ida's show when Ida was in Dallas, so he booked it from Plano that Friday and just we couldn't link up since.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I attempted to go see him, but I mean we had a great time watching him stand up, and then it just started to get later and later, and I was like, man, I gotta go, man. I live in Mesquite, and it was in Plano when it happened. I was like, I've got to dip, you know.
Yeah.
Get home. It was already late, but man, it was one day I'll
one day I'll
messing with it, man.
Look, here's what I would say. Even if you can't make it to showcases, just just be there for your homie when you need to, I guess. So.
100%. One of the things I told him, I gave him kudos number one because not everybody can just go up there and do it. Technically everybody can, but not everybody will because number one, out of fear of being in front of people, and maybe because you're just exploring and maybe you're not funny, but you know what I mean. Just the fact that you can go out and go above your comfort zone, that's pretty dope, and I commend you for that for sure. But we gotta go out there, man.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? One thing like do you ever notice like you say something on the podcast and you're like, that's actually pretty funny, you should use that as material?
Use a lot of the shit. A lot of the I think I can't wait till I get invited to do like a roast battle or something.
Yeah.
Because that's all we fucking do.
Just roast each other.
Kind of
like friendship.
Not like on purpose, like just life stuff. Like I'm like, bro, what are you doing right now? Huh? You know, things like that. Like, just start roasting each other.
Well, the thing about roasting, it's easy if you know the person.
Yeah, exactly.
And you have something to work with. But if you just gotta go by looks, that's where it's kind of tricky.
That's the thing. We're both from Miami. Listen, we can go off on some shit, homie.
I don't know what that means.
This is what we do. This is life.
I don't know what that means though.
It's a South Florida thing.
It's a South Florida thing. So
roast.
Because I have a homie who lives in Miami.
Is he from Miami or is he just lives there?
Nah, he moved there.
Okay, so that doesn't count.
Right.
Like we grew up there. Like the first city I ever lived in the United States was South Miami. So like Cutler Bay area, and you learn quick. Be quick with your comebacks. Be quick. Like even if you don't know the person, you talk about their mama, their sister. How ugly they look, they teeth, they pants.
It ain't how you think. Like, well, you meet somebody, man, you ugly, dog. Don't say hi to me. It ain't like that.
No. Like
it's like if you were friends and you can do that. You know what I mean? Or if you don't like it, then you can square up. That's fine.
And you square up. That's right. These manos, bro.
So it's kind of like how they are in New York, man. The comics over there are brutal.
The culture of the East Coast is very similar wherever you go. So, like Miami,
within Hispanics,
right. and the black community, and I can't speak too much about the white people unless you talk about like Orlando white people. It's a lot of redneckery out there.
Oh yeah,
redneckery.
Swamp people.
But you go to New York, like you talk to a Puerto Rican, Dominican, or Cuban, even Mexicans. It's just the vibe, dude. Like the vibe is. Not too many of us, and we just fucking flock together, So
out here,
it's different. It's different.
Man, like you see somebody that's like, you try to hang on to the friendship as long as you can, because it's just a common ground, and it feels good being so. My wife is Mexican, so it was a huge culture shock.
So was mine.
And to be able to adapt to a different culture, and even though we're Hispanic, okay, great, and to the untrained ear or tongue or eyes, you're all the same, but it's really not. Food. Accent, language, humor, everything's so different.
Y'all don't like that mofongo, bro.
The what?
You don't even see.
He doesn't even know what the fuck that is. Mofongo is a plantain dish made in the Caribbean.
Oh, I thought you.
It's like fried plantains mashed and refried.
Did you just call me mofongo?
And then you fucking put garlic and meat in it. It's fucking delicious.
I thought you said y'all don't like my phone go. I was like, your phone's going? Where's your phone going?
This motherfucker. Bro, let's just say platanos are like
tacos.
Bananas.
Well, no.
We eat plantains as much as you guys put salsa on everything.
As much as y'all eat tortillas.
Plantains?
Yeah.
Plantains are gross.
See, that's the difference.
Well, you gotta cook them first.
You have to cook them.
Yeah, I've had fried plantains.
You just ate it raw or something. I was like,
that's because you haven't had a good Puerto Rican food, or Dominican, or Cuban for that matter.
I don't know.
It just happens.
But then again, I'm not that big into ethnic food. Like, I stay when it comes to like
such a spoiled.
When it comes to like ethnic food, I kind of like get to like the borders of it. But when it starts getting like deeper into like, let's just say.
So you want to eat no cat?
Huh?
You want to eat cat?
I'll try cat because it's meat, and I like meat. But like,
You're talking around a cat lover here.
I'm sorry, dog.
When you see it missing.
Yeah.
What?
I'm sorry, dog.
What? You say that now, but watch,
watch that foe have a little cat in it. She'll be like, "Oh, this is delicious."
If this is the apocalypse and there's nothing to eat but cats.
I'll eat Napoleon.
Yeah, see? Either that or die.
I love Roscoe. Let it be a bad hurricane hit Dallas. I'm like, hey, Roscoe, you look delicious.
That's all it takes, a hurricane? I'm over here thinking like fucking nuclear fucking destroying world and shit.
Bro, it's because you haven't been through a bad hurricane yet.
I don't think I've ever been through a hurricane.
That's another
Yeah, if you're from Dallas, you probably would never feel the hurricane like how you would down south. But man,
nah, bro.
I did the math before I moved to Texas. I've been through 83 hurricanes in my life. And at that point, I was 23 years old. It's crazy.
Let's talk about hurricanes real quick. All right. This is a weird conversation I had. But like a guy I work with was telling me that hurricanes are being produced by the government.
Oh, conspiracy theory.
Now, okay, cool. Here's what I was saying. Okay.
You see the mustache?
He said that the government producing it. I was like, what government? He's like, our government. And I was like, okay, so the United States is producing hurricanes, is what you're saying. And he was all like, no, not the United States, the government. I was like, what government? The government, our government. It's like, the government is the United States. So
check out from this conversation, bro. This isn't for you.
So bro. I was telling him, he was telling me that the government is making hurricanes in the same area, where they start off, in the ocean, where they start off out of kind of the sea where there's nothing there, and the hurricanes come through, and what the point of the hurricanes are is to to destroy everything in Florida, Louisiana, and Houston. And I was like, what the fuck?
If it is for Florida, it does fucking make sense though. If it is for Florida,
there's a bunch of Cubans. They just swim to the
nah,
states,
bro.
So it don't even
Florida's like the Joker of the United States. All right, like it's just a state there to make chaos. There's nothing good. You go to Miami, there's nothing but Cubans, Puerto Ricans, and Dominicans snorting coke and partying.
Oh, dude, there's so much cocaine.
Then you go up to like Orlando and Tampa. You got these rednecks fucking cracked out on fucking meth, fucking each other's cousins. Like, it's on some dumb motherfucking shit. Like, seriously, there is no in between. There's Latino crazy or fucking like straight redneckery. It's fucking hilarious.
All the like dumbest types of crimes or incidents usually come out of Florida.
We have a segment called the Florida Man.
Yeah. Kind of.
We have, and the Florida Man can be a man, a woman, a transgendered person, or a non-binary. So Florida Man is just a term.
Right.
Anybody.
Not gender specific.
It's not gender specific.
It just happens. That happens to be a Floridian. Yeah.
So anyway, but so yeah, he was telling me that that's what the government was producing hurricanes to do that, and I was telling him I was like, wait, like why would the government produce its own hurricanes to destroy its own country? And then not only that, and he was like, well, nobody knows about it. And I was like, well, where'd you get your information from? YouTube. Okay, well then everybody knows about it because it's on YouTube. Anybody can watch it.
Well, it's weird, right? Because he could be finding one of those like weird YouTube channels with like
it's definitely one of those
100 subscribers.
It's probably like Alex Jones or something.
With a dude that knows how to do some sick ass like video editing, but it has like no followers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a lot, like both of our podcasts right now. Like we could do some sick ass content, but nobody listens because we're just not big enough. But okay, my opinion, and this is, it ain't happening, dude. It's honestly, it's I don't know. Hurricanes been happening forever. We're both from islands, so
that's what I told him.
So it's like in Puerto Rico, we see 3, 4, 5 hurricanes a year. You know, especially when I lived there. I mean, the houses are built to stand it, but look, you get one really bad hurricane, like Hurricane Maria a few years ago, fucks up the whole island. So.
Yeah, and well, my point was like, why would the world be okay with one country being able to create hurricanes to destroy things?
Next time he asked you that, ask him was like, hey, but what about the monsoons in the Philippines?
Yeah, that too. That's right. The monsoons in the Philippines pretty much are, but what happens over there? It was just a weird conversation, and he's a smart guy. That's the weird thing about it. He's a very smart guy.
This is why we need a video podcast, because your fucking facial expression is wrong. Just
a segment of the face. No, because, listen, man.
I can barely tell what he's thinking though, because you can barely see his eyes.
He's just like, nah. He's just like, nah.
I'm just like, man, like, all right, you. We're trained and experts on how hurricanes are made. It depends on where you're at in the world. The ones that come usually on the east side of the United States, those are all, they come off from the coast of Africa. Mm-hmm. They have a huge heat wave that come off from the coast. And
that's what I said.
Right. Evaporate the water, creates condensation.
I told him I was like,
the scientific fact of how it's created, not. But I have heard that theory, and it's basically, I guess he wasn't trying to explain himself right. It was basically.
The weird part is he's kind of not wrong. Because the Saudi Arabians, because they don't have any humidity, they create clouds.
Yeah,
that's a fact, though.
Yeah, they've done that. They can do that.
Those oil money Arabs, bro, they be producing their own clouds just so it rains once a week.
Yeah, because they actually what part of that Dubai, yeah, they have planes and they'll throw they'll throw like the right combination of
water. Just to make
not atoms, but of the periodic elements. They throw the right elements in the air to where it mixes with the air and causes clouds, and it starts raining over there. That's why
science, bro.
That's why just that one area has a whole bunch of it's like a kind of like a tropics over there.
Yeah, they've also created islands in the middle of yeah. I mean, it's they
fucking weirdos.
It's basically like their own little planet right there in Dubai.
Dude, they're like covered with gold. Everything's over there like all gold shit. It's crazy, man. But yeah, that's what I was.
I don't think I make. Even if I was to make it in comedy, I don't think I would have enough money to go to Dubai. Because to go be in Dubai, you have to have a minimum of $10 million in the bank account.
You never know; they might fly you over there to do a thing.
Yeah. So they can kill me like they did to that freaking reporter a few months ago.
Oh, that reporter guy, yeah, that was insane.
You never heard the joke of they got a big dude that went over to the other side of the world, bro, and then just cut him up and ate him.
I'm trying to tell you, I'm not trying to end up like that, bro.
No,
I'm juicy, bro.
I saw a weird video where it was these two European girls. I don't know what was happening, but like there was like a crowd of men just screaming, and they're like carrying them into a tunnel so that they could pretty much kill them because I don't know what part of they were over there, but I guess the video didn't really describe too much about what they had done, but like. It's against their religion to do a lot of things over there, and especially because they're women. Right. And one of the girls had passed out from the shock of what's happening. The other girl's trying to fight him off and screaming. That was scary, man. I'm pretty sure those women are gone.
Yeah, raped, pillaged, taken apart.
It's horrible, dude.
Yeah, and then like this whole thing that's going on right now with.
But also, that says a lot about white privilege. Just thinking you're in an Arab country. Just walking down the street without anything. Be like, we'll be fine. And then these bumps be like, what?
You hear that, folks? Stay in your own countries.
I'm not staying in your own country. Respect people's customs. That's all.
Certain countries.
Just respect people's customs. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When you go there, you don't. We didn't go into your fridge. Don't go into their fridge. That's all we're saying.
Not everybody's nice like the U.S., right?
I don't know about all that. I don't know. We got a weird ass president. Right?
Yeah. So, how long have you been doing comedy now?
Since July.
July? So, what's that?
Like
July,
3 months.
3 months? Not bad. How many mics do you hit a week?
An average of a minimum 3. I try to hit at least 1 hyenas a week. I'll do Gretchens. I'll do Todds, Birdwells. Right now, I'm trying to find a schedule where I can stick to every week, because I work in medicine. That's my day job. Mm-hmm. It's our busy time of year, so it's kind of hard to find the flow. But I try to hit 1 hyenas mic at least a week. Let it be Dallas, Fort Worth. I usually end up hitting Plano because it's the most convenient one.
Yeah.
Out of the week, compared to staying out till 2:00 in the morning on a Wednesday, which I know is probably the best one in Dallas, right? But
yeah,
I have to work around it. So
yeah, the Dallas one stays late.
yeah, it's like
So
100
many
comics,
people
bro.
there,
It's
man.
ridiculous.
And you just not really the whole comedy person, but you just like.
No,
He's
I
a
love,
sports- he's a sports
bro. I
analyst.
love comedy. As far as I don't think I'm a comedian. I don't think I have the guts.
Funny
to
thing is, I think if he was to do it and get over the stage fright, I think he'd be probably one of the better comics in the area. I really
yeah.
do. It's because of the like he thinks through things. Like when we have these conversations, we find these alley roads of of our, and we find the funny within the alley roads, right?
Mhm.
And he one of those guys. Just I don't fuck around with people unless I know I can fuck with them. So
Okay.
I don't even know what you're trying to say right now.
How'd you guys meet?
church,
Yeah.
Church?
yeah.
I would never have thought church.
Why?
I don't think people meet at church. I thought the only
I
people
met
that
my wife at church.
I thought the only people that meet at church are like old people in their 40s. You know?
I met my wife at church.
Nah, bro. Not here. I mean, there are old white people churches.
Look, I haven't been
Well,
in a
like,
church since I was like
Like
7.
the church
I don't
that
know
we met at.
anything about church, and I'm surprised people still go to church. Really,
Well, here's the thing.
Religion's been around for a long time. It's not going anywhere.
It's not.
I know they need to go somewhere though because everybody fights over it.
Here's the deal, and I know this isn't popular, especially in the entertainment industry,
Mhm.
right? It's before anything else, I'm gonna be a Christian, but it doesn't mean I can't use what I find is a talent in my humor
Mhm.
to pursue something for my family, and that's comedy. So, I know that, a lot of clean comedians would be like, you can't talk dirty, and I'm like, to me, at least the way I've always interpreted the word, and I could be 100% wrong and end up in hell. So I have to put that premise out there first. Is there is no such thing as bad language. Humans made that, right?
Mhm.
Like vulgar language is something, it's a human construct. God is love. Simple. That's it. So.
Yeah, I mean, we met right when I first moved here from Florida.
Yeah, I was here about a year before
he
that.
was there about a year, and then we met on the baseball field. To be honest, they had like an outing. It was like a church league
Mhm.
on fast pitch baseball. Man, we just met. It was awesome.
Damn, and
Yeah,
you're
man.
doing sports for church. Wow.
Yeah,
That's right, bro.
Yeah.
That was a while back though.
Are
But
you guys hardcore into religion?
hardcore.
What do you
Describe-
consider?
that's relative.
What's hardcore to you?
It's-
Like
it's
we're not
relative.
gonna go to a compound and like kill people.
Bro,
Mm, That's like.
that's a cult, bro.
like to me, when he says like hardcore into religion, I'm thinking like friggin' like Jim Jones.
No,
So there's different denominations. And
I think hardcore would be like what you guys kind of do because you go to church and then you have no problem saying you're Christian and then you also play softball for it.
Dude, if that's hardcore,
Yeah,
you would
to
be
me-
surprised
to
with
me-
what else is out there.
To me, that's hardcore.
Listen, first of all,
Like,
I
what?
like there is hardcore. Like
No.
legit, there's legit.
I
Hardcore.
grew up hardcore.
Like,
I grew up hardcore.
For me, people who aren't really religious are the kind of people who say they believe in something and then go to church like
They
for
call it a Sunday Christian.
whatever.
Yeah, no.
I don't know, but like the people who go to church just for Easter.
I don't hide.
So
I don't
that's
hide.
a regular
Oh.
person. That's to me. That's like a
Well,
regular.
that sounds a lot like Catholics too. Like they go maybe twice a year, like during
Mhm.
Christmas Mass and then during Easter. That's like you're born into something, but you really don't do it. But you do it just to please your family on like 2 days out of the year. Yeah, no, I hear you on
Yeah,
that. I
so-
mean, there's-
But like to play baseball and to go.
Well,
Do you guys go every Sunday?
I
I
do,
do.
Yeah.
I
See
do.
that to me that's hardcore.
That's hardcore.
That's nothing,
Bro, that's
bro.
like softcore.
to go to church
That's
every
like softcore.
Sunday.
That's nothing, bro.
Like,
Every Sunday and playing
But you have
football,
to
basketball,
at
or
least-
hockey for the
Like
church.
it's also a cultural thing, right? So
Yeah.
like for us, it's we were forced into it to a point, right?
Uh-huh.
At least to an extent. And after a while, it becomes a choice.
Yeah.
No, for
Yeah,
sure.
I was forced to go to church too, but I never really liked it. But
So-
then,
Yeah.
but what?
No, go for it.
I went to church up north, and I always felt like they were looking at me funny.
Hold
They
on.
all
We say
do
up
that
north.
to everyone.
What do you say up north? To East Coast cast, you say up north.
New York.
That's New York,
Uh-huh.
Baltimore,
When
Boston.
you say up north, is it like Irving or like Denton?
Or
no,
like
no,
Chicago.
like Iowa.
That's not up north, bro. That's Midwest.
that's
I
not
mean, it is
right.
north.
Yeah, what's up north?
Right.
Yeah, it's
It's
Midwest.
not original 13 colony, but
Right.
it's north.
Exactly. It is north from Texas.
It is north of Texas, but that's not what we consider.
So, do you remember the events that took place when you was there as a child? Like some that maybe you saw that was like, oh shoot, like this is weird, or like besides the fact that they looked at you funny, was there anything else that turned you off?
You're a funny looking guy.
Yeah, I was a funny little kid too, man.
Those are Christians.
Not really, but I just felt alone over there all the time.
Wow.
So that's like not to be like a weird. I don't want to
You
be
just
like.
made it weird right now.
No, I don't want to be like a spokesman for every church, but I'm gonna tell you this: it's the problem with church in America is the lack of
Empathy?
and community.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like the reason we're friends is not because we believe in the same thing; it's because we're legitimately friends. Like we met at church, but we
Like he doesn't go to the same church anymore.
no, we don't go to the same church, but we're fucking friends. Like
Mm-hmm.
I cuss all the damn
Some
time.
people would say that's blasphemy.
What's blasphemy?
Go to different churches and still talking to each other.
Bro, that's like Protestant era, dude. Like,
Bro, it's 2019. It's 2019, all right?
Hey,
the church has evolved just
hey,
like
this is a comedy
everything else.
podcast. Remember
No,
that?
God.
I'm still giggling, starting to come off the hockey. But I mean, that was
No, so the problem with it's we're friends. Like we connected on a human level. It wasn't like, oh, I'm friends with Joa just because he's a Christian. No. I'm friends with Joa because we have a lot of shit in common.
Yeah,
Like
we
the
really do.
moment we fucking
Yeah, of
started
course.
talking, it was like, you're from where I'm from. Cool. What are you into? Oh, cool. Because I've met a lot of people from Florida that I'm like, nah, I don't fuck with you. But it's like we just fucking hit it off.
Yeah, I mean the crazy thing is like we grew up maybe 20, 30 minutes outside from each other, but I grew up in the east side, he grew up in the south side of Orlando, and like we usually
You know people.
yeah, you're like you know everybody out there because Orlando sure it's big, but it's really small.
Kind of like,
And then I thought it was weird that I thought it was like a coincidence. Like shoot, man, this guy that grew up like 15 miles from where I lived at, and I'm meeting him here in Texas. Oh, that's pretty dope, you know.
Mhm.
Just hit it off.
and it's weird, right? Because it's like, at least being, like Latino and Caribbean and like out here is like, at least when we first, there's a lot more now, but when we first moved out here, it was like, there's nobody that understands what we're about to talk about.
Bro.
And it was just that,
All
like
I
that
know is
alone.
I gained like 30 pounds in less than a year on these tacos, bro.
Bruh!
Dog.
Dude, I got to 500
Fire,
pounds.
bro.
What, the tacos here?
You got tacos in Florida. There's Taco Bell. That's a Mexican restaurant.
That's
There's
the
no
most
tacos
Mexican.
in Florida?
I mean, there is.
Well,
Look
yeah.
at that. There's
There is.
Mexican restaurants, right?
Yeah.
With like a mariachi band once a week. Like,
And it's kind of Tex-Mex. I'm sorry.
more,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah, it's Americanized. Yeah.
It's Americanized.
Like I told you, this is the first time I've had, or I mean, Texas is the first time I've had real tacos. Real Mexican
So-
food.
So all of a sudden, I moved. Actually, before I moved here, I lived in California for 2 years, and I had like real Mexican food out
Yeah.
there, and I'm like, okay, I see why people like it. Then I moved to Texas, and to me, in my opinion, I know it's controversial. Texas has the best Mexican food, like legit
Yeah.
Mexican food, not Tex-Mex. I'm talking about like these like Mexicanos from like across the border that ended up in Dallas. Like they make the best.
It's because it depends on what region they came from. Because a lot of the people from California, they're like from like Tijuana, they're like from Baja and all that, and obviously they come from Mexico. It's such a huge, country that.
Why do you have that jacket still on?
Dude, I'm fucking cold.
You've been
bro.
eyeballing this jacket, dude.
Take that jacket off,
I'm
dude.
You've been looking at it
fucking
like.
cold, bro.
You're just like sitting there all snug. Dude,
Dude,
you're
I-
making
He
it
looks like
seem-
Castro. Look
You're
at
making.
him.
Calm down there. Castro.
Let's take the truck
That's
off.
Castro the third over there.
Gosh, the third, bro. This is like I'm about to take over this comedy game. It's like revolución, cojones. Fuck.
Oh,
You ain't
man.
ready, bro. I'm fucking cold, bro.
That's the most Spanish I've ever had on this podcast.
I tried to tell you. I warned you. The two goons from South Florida are about to bust all over your podcast.
It's
Hey, can you
funny.
give me a modelo?
It's funny because as soon as I got out of the car, he looked at me and he was like, "You look like a douche."
That's the modelo.
I do look. I look like a college communist right now, bro. I look like I'm about to march for like white privilege or some shit.
Marxist.
You know, people would say you're the Unabomber, but like the fat guy is always happy, so
Yeah.
they're always skinny little guys.
No, all I need is a Che Guevara shirt, and then I'd be completely betraying you.
And what do you call those berets?
Oh yeah, I don't have one of those. I don't have one of
They
those.
look like a French.
This is honestly like this morning I walked out the door. I'm like, fuck! fuck, I'm cold. That's the first jacket I grabbed.
What a win.
You think it's cold?
No,
Bro,
It was
motherfucker,
alright
it was
outside. It
cold
wasn't that
as
bad.
fuck,
bro. I lived in Kansas City for the past 2 years.
Yeah.
You got.
I
Your nuts froze. They're still stuck in your freaking
that was
abdomen.
experience, huh?
Kansas City, Kansas, or Kansas City, Missouri?
Well, I lived on the Kansas side. It was in Overland Park.
That area is so stupid.
What part?
Kansas City and Kansas City. It's the same city separated by a highway.
Yeah.
It's
It's literally just like St. Louis and St. Louis. It's the same thing, on the same state, which is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. It's two different states right next to each other. They both couldn't fucking come to an agreement over who has
Okay.
the name.
The city, Kansas City, right? It's divided by Missouri's the state.
I know
and
that much.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
It's just dumb that they're two cities in two states.
So there's two mayors
Yeah.
for the same city.
So I worked on the Missouri side and I lived in the Kansas side, and I was paying taxes on two. It was bro.
Isn't it fucking
Bro,
stupid?
I was so mad.
Oh my
Like
god.
I just drove 20 minutes to pay. Yeah, it was the worst.
Yeah, that area.
I'm glad I'm
When I first went over there, I was like, wait a minute. We're in Kansas City, Kansas. It's like, no, we just drove to Kansas City, Missouri. I was like, wait, there's two Kansas Cities right next to each other. Just one's in Kansas and one's in Missouri. They're like, yeah.
Is it
Like,
like-
how
is it
stupid
like-
is that?
is it
Why
like-
can't you change
Is
your
there like an
name?
episode of The Simpsons? Springfield, Missouri, New Jersey,
Well, it's because they have a Springfield in every
fucking state, bro.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Which is the richest Springfield. Yeah.
But they're not usually right next to each other. That's the weird thing.
Yeah, but it is in the episode of Simpsons.
Well, no, isn't it Springfield and Sprungfield?
I don't.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
It was an bro.
Yeah, I remember that episode because it has that where they stole the lemon tree, and the dad's like, "Wave harder, boy."
That's a Florida thing too. We just steal our neighbors' lemon trees and mango trees and plant them on ours.
Hey, how good is this? Did you ever pay for a mango growing up?
No, bro.
I never paid for mangoes.
Mango?
Yeah, I never paid for a mango.
Fruit, yeah, bro.
The fruit?
Grow them in the backyard.
We either grew them in the backyard or stole them from somebody's backyard.
Mm.
If the branches hang
Wait,
over outside,
they're in trees over there?
Fuck
Oh,
yeah.
that's so awesome. Why would you pay for a mango?
I
if
would.
they're
I
right
never
there?
like. I came out here. And my wife bought mangoes, and I looked at her. Why'd you buy a mango? And she goes, "Cause there's no mango trees out here."
Where else are you supposed to get them
And
from?
I'm like, I told her like I would never pay for a mango. And now that she's married to me, she buys them all the fucking time.
Yeah, there's no tropical area that we can just find that stuff.
Bro, did you ever pay for an orange?
Oranges too?
I just
Orange
ordered-
juice.
Yeah, I mean that's
But you go like I used to live when I moved to St. Cloud.
right next to the mango groves or the.
I would just
farms.
walk through there, take like 10, put them in my shirt, and walk home.
That's,
Straight up stealing.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm talking about, redneckery, bro.
I mean-
Agent of Chaos.
I mean, yeah, I mean even the avocados on there in Florida, they're huge, bro. They're like this.
Yeah, you know how
They
the
cost
Mexican ones are
$1.
like little black,
Yeah.
and like small. Yeah,
They got avocados that big over there? Why don't they have that over here then?
it's just a different breed.
I saw them at
They
the
don't
store.
ship them over here?
They sold them for
Pay the
$5,
extra
bro.
more? Why the fuck are we getting our avocados from Mexico if you guys got all the big ones over there?
I don't know,
You guys-
but the smaller ones. To me, the smaller ones taste better though.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It just depends on when you eat them.
I mean, it's just a different texture, yeah. Like you
Yeah.
can chop it up and it's just avocado.
It's just different.
So do you guys like go to the gas stations here that have taco stands in them? Ever go to those?
Oh, like Fuel City? I've only been there once.
Yeah, I go to the one on 30, close to
Thank you.
Buckner.
Look at that, no fancy.
It's pretty good.
yeah.
Do you have a favorite taco spot here, bro? Teach me. Show me.
Nah,
yours.
I don't have like one specific one because I like to try each one whenever I can. I know for sure if it's in a gas station and there's an Indian dude behind the counter and a Mexican over there, or they're not always Mexican, and a brown,
It's like when you find a full place.
Like
it's
a
that
brown-
one.
and a brown like working behind like in a little shop. Then that place is gonna have good
Never
food
heard
for the
in
most part.
brown.
You never heard Colin Brown? My cousin started it, and so I kind of got used to calling Browns because to me, Browns are any kind of Hispanic. Cause you know they get mad if
Bro, I'm
you
kind of white, bro.
if you get them the wrong type. Yeah, but as soon as
I open my fucking mouth.
yeah, as soon as you open your mouth and some Spanish comes out, like, oh, he's a brown.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's just an
I love
easier way.
I love confusing my bosses, bro, because I don't speak Spanish at work at all. And then they think I'm like this like whitewashed dude. All of a sudden, the one Mexican cleaning lady in the morning, I'd be like, "Oye, cómo está? De lo más bien," and she'd be like, "Órale, mijo, de lo más bien."
Yeah.
And then my boss goes, "You speak Spanish?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do."
See, that's why I want to learn Arabic so that I can speak it. And then people be like, oh, because a lot of people get confused with what I am.
You know
They're not always sure.
You know what you do next time you see an Arabic person, you go, Assalamu alaikum. They go, respond, Assalamu salam.
I did this thing that tripped out the plant supervisor at my job. He always has us do this prayer thingy before we eat, like for the holidays.
Yeah.
And I think it's bullshit because he's forcing us to sit there and listen to his prayer when not everybody has the same religion. Right. Not only that, you're supposed to keep religion and work separate, and what he was saying, I was like, oh man, because it makes me feel awkward, because I'm not religious, and when I sit there and hear it, and then other people are like kind of awkward about it too. So this one time, I just decided to play a joke, and I was just like, he was like, let's put our hands together for a prayer, and I was like, yes, praise Allah, and he was kind of like, huh? Ever since then, he doesn't shake my hand. He shakes everybody's hand, and he's just like dabs me.
Yeah, what's up, bro? He gives you the bitch boy one. What's up, bro?
But at least he didn't downgrade to the elbow where he was like, no, I can't touch you, bro. Germs.
Mm-hmm.
Germs.
So I made him feel awkward, I guess, and so.
I'm sorry, man. You just had bad experiences, bro.
You have horrible comedic timing on that one.
Bad timing.
I thought it was hilarious. Other people
I'm sure you thought it was hilarious. It makes for a great bit. It makes for great material. But for the moment, horrible timing.
Yeah. Everybody notices it too. Because they'll be like, because he'll walk up and shake everybody's hand. How you doing? And he'll be like,
what's up, bro?
Hey. Hey. How you doing? And they're like, hey, what's up, Tim?
Tim?
I think Tim.
But
what is he, like, Christian?
Was that like his American name?
Is he like Jewish or something?
I don't know what he is.
I don't know.
Like as far as
does he take Friday nights off?
I don't think so. Why? What happens on Fridays?
That's the Sabbath? Beginning of the Sabbath with Jewish people?
No, I think he's Christian.
Oh, so he just thinks you're a heathen.
Probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think I'm a heathen.
Yeah, there's that. At least she wasn't like an old school like Pentecostal Christian, and she'd be like, "Que reprenda." We have aunts like that, bro.
Yeah.
Uncles, cousins.
Bro. and then they'll get it started on the aunts or uncles that are like freaking santeros and like witches, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have
witches
any of my
and saints,
bro. Yeah, like I don't have any in my family, but
are you guys superstitious at all?
Dude, I'm so superstitious.
Do you ever like watch those videos of like not the chupacabra?
I won't watch any movie that has to do with the devil.
Not the chupacabra.
No?
At all. That's how superstitious I am.
Hmm.
Like I don't know if it's scarring or whatever, but like
the devil or like just
like demonic
uh-huh.
movies. I'll watch it like
The Conjuring.
Like
I won't fucking watch that.
Yeah, like he didn't finish watching The Devil's Advocate. No, he didn't finish watching.
Oh, that's a
The
great
Devil's
fucking movie,
Advocate
by the
is a
way.
great movie.
Charlize Theron is hot as fuck. That's the only reason I watched it all the way through.
Oh, she was gorgeous in that movie.
Bro, she's gorgeous now, but back then, god damn. Anyway, sorry, God, my bad. I'm gonna go to hell. I'm telling you.
You know, maybe this is a good time to go for a bit that I've been thinking of since you guys are religious.
Oh my god.
Dude, I just noticed you got a
what?
Comedian? Charmander?
Oh, Charmander. Yeah, I got Charmander tattoo.
Charmander?
Yeah. I'm thinking about having my brother.
I thought that is not what I thought that was.
What did you think it was?
I don't know, but it does
never
not
watched-
look like a Pokemon.
It's a Pokemon.
Yeah, it's Charmander.
Yeah, dude.
I was thinking about having my brother redo it to where it's the evolved form, like Charmeleon or Charizard.
That would be dope.
I think he could do it. I'm pretty sure he could do it.
Back to religion, growing up, that was like bad to watch that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, even to have like the Pokemon cards and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember that.
She burned it, bro. Burned it.
Everybody was like, "It's a sign, demonio."
Okay, how?
You're the devil.
What was their explanation for that? How?
There was no explanation.
There was no explanation.
It was the preacher sitting on the pulpit, and that's it.
It was like the culture, at least in the era that we grew up in, right? It was like if the pastor said it, that was law.
Right?
Really?
Yeah, dude. Like, yeah, legit. Like, when I met my wife, she's a lot more of like a realistic Christian. She's a spiritual Christian, and I learned a lot about, it's about love, it's about compassion towards others, and it's about, at the end of the day, it's the J word.
So that's a spiritual Christian. It's more about the.
Yeah. So about Jesus and all that. Where like back home, it was a lot about
You gotta perform.
You gotta
right?
perform. You have to do things very dogmatic and like
It's about the rituals.
Ritual, exactly. And I was born a Catholic, so it's like before I converted, it was like.
Now, when you converted, did you actually have to like sign a paper saying I'm officially giving up Catholicism?
Then it became blasphemy.
That was blasphemy.
I'm officially giving up Catholicism, man. I'm Christian.
So here's the thing. It's.
You get a tattoo card. I'm telling you, man. Religions.
The mark of the beast.
Religions just slip out of my brain. I don't know that much.
So what's funny is that's not how it goes, right? Like I didn't get confirmed as a Catholic, so technically I was never really a Catholic.
How are you confirmed as a Catholic?
It's like what Christians would consider being baptized.
Oh.
What's it called? La confirmación.
So Christians get baptized.
So yeah, we get baptized.
I always thought it was Catholics.
Well,
they get baptized at birth, but then since you're so young, you're not old enough to make the decision. As a Catholic, you get what's called a confirmation, where you get rebaptized, and the Father tries to hold you underwater until you stop moving, and then Jesus has to raise you up to signify that you have passed the test.
No way. Why isn't this on YouTube? Just a bunch of people, just a bunch of guys just drowning kids.
I can't believe you fucking believe.
Why isn't there? Oh wait, you're making it up. Oh, you dick.
Bro, we got so excited.
Oh man, yeah, I thought that was real. I was like, maybe I should look into this. It's more.
No, but the confirmation is basically that you go through like a course. You go through a course.
You get a diploma?
It's a testament. It's a confirmation of faith that you believe in Jesus Christ, the Holy Trinity, and all this. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, outside of the saints and like the worshiping of other entities, Christianity is basically the same. Catholics only, they worship Peter and Mary Magdalene.
You get a diploma?
Saints. You get a certificate.
You do?
Yeah. No,
what does it say?
When I did my first communion, I have a certificate. My mom has a certificate and a picture of me
Did
in
it say
horrible white eye.
Does it say when the return of Jesus Christ will sign here when he comes back?
Oh my God, it's horrible.
The second coming.
Oh my God, it was fucking hilarious. But well, yeah, but
I wasn't born Catholic,
bro. But when I converted, it was just different. It was just more like it's like I said, it's about love. It's about Jesus Christ and His finished work on the cross, and that's it. Like that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Because Jesus, even if you just take Jesus Christ, even if you don't believe in Him, and you take what He taught was love, compassion.
You could apply that into life.
Into life in general, and that's what me and my wife try to live our lives by. We try to do good, through those lenses.
So would you say you're a trans religionist?
That's hilarious. But yes,
because the funny thing, I was literally saying, I was like, wait, so did he convert a transition?
Trans religionist. So yes. If religion was a gender, I'd be a trans for sure.
Okay. Interesting.
So I have some questions, man. I'm looking. I mean, I love observing.
I like the anime, bro.
Yeah, I'm taking my point, bro. Anime. Please tell me you're a Dragon Ball Z fan.
Oh, of course.
Dragon Ball Super.
I watch it all, but I kind of like would put it on as background noise also, so I kind of fell asleep to a lot of episodes. So I need a.
Is it soothing?
I need a.
It is.
I need a. Well, I'm the kind of. I used to. I like to sleep with the TV on.
Yeah.
And with Alana, she hates that, so she turns everything off. But.
You sleep eater.
I don't. I like sleeping better.
Pitch black.
I like everything on
Maybe
for some reason.
Sex, who knows?
But mainly because if when the noise stops.
Until you get married.
Huh?
It's Christian.
When the noise stops is when I actually wake up, and I'll be like, something's wrong.
Oh, you need white noise.
Yeah.
Does a fan help you a little bit when you turn it on?
Not really. It's not loud enough.
Dude.
It's funny because I'll
Put a
wake
fan
up
on, I'm like,
and like I'll wake up and then, like let's just say Netflix and I'll hit the button just to restart and go back to
Oh,
bed.
you suck.
so you go through seasons of awesome content
Uh-huh.
and you sleep through it all.
Yeah.
Then you hit the last episode. What the fuck happened? It ended. It's so soon.
Well, I mean,
I mean, do you gather data while you're sleeping, like of what happened?
I don't know. I feel like I kind of do sometimes.
So
Because
when
I'll watch it again. I'll be like, why does that sound familiar?
So I'm like one of like 3 people left in the United States that never watched Game of Thrones. I'm assuming when you watch Game of Thrones.
I'm the other one.
Oh, you're the other one? There's
Yeah.
2 people.
I can't. I don't like. I like shows.
I don't like fantasy either.
No, I like fantasy, but I don't know anime and all that. Yeah. I don't like TV shows. Like, I watched Walking Dead up to like the 3rd season, then it got kind of redundant.
Yeah, I stayed till the 6th season.
I got it off on the first.
And
You're a smart one.
I like comedies though, like comedy shows. I watch comedies shows all the time, but that's because I like to laugh.
Right.
But when it comes to like stuff like that, when it doesn't have an end and it just keeps going and going, I'd rather not.
I agree. Like if somebody was to give me an option between like watching like a scary movie or like an action movie or a comedy movie, I would definitely pick comedy all the time.
Mhm.
I mean, what's your favorite like? One by one, who's your favorite comedian and or favorite comedy movie? It's probably an impossible question to answer.
Ooh,
Right.
favorite comedian would probably be.
That's a great question.
It's between like Bill Burr
Okay.
and he hasn't had anything out in a while, but like I really
Bill
like.
Burr, he just came out.
No, I'm going with the next person.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what?
Mike Birbiglia.
Oh, I love him.
He hasn't had anything in a while, but I
Very,
really
very
like. I
funny.
really like
Old
his.
school, like
Yeah, I really
Dark.
like his comedy style, and then of course Dave Chappelle, all
Right,
the
right.
greats, Louis C.K.
Bill Engvall's gonna be in over here in Oklahoma.
Hmm.
think
I never
next
really
month.
got into Bill
No.
Engvall. No, out of the 3, I like the what's his name, the alcoholic the most.
No, that's him. No.
No, it's
Ron White.
Ron White.
There it is,
yeah.
yes. I
Ron
was
White. Out of
confusing
the
too.
3, Ron White is fucking awesome, man. Just cause he's like just so.
Chill,
Yeah, I'm drinking. Did you hear about that video where he chased a guy outside of his RV in his underwear?
That wasn't like a comedy skit?
No,
No, it was
he
real.
was drunk and he
I was
chased this
literally like,
guy.
Side note, isn't it crazy how we're like in Dallas? We're seeing the rise of like the Hispanic version of the blue collar.
Oh, you're
comedy
talking
with
about
the
the Vasos Chistosos, man.
Yeah, it's like it's crazy, right? Like to see those guys.
But
just,
instead
like,
of alcohol, one of them's all coked up.
right?
I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that out loud. I'll let you
Mike
guys.
is gonna go get
I'll
you,
let
dude.
you guys figure out which one's on coke.
Well, I didn't know where you guys-
I
Not
know
the one
that.
you think.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh my god.
I'm supposed to have each one of them on. I've had Fernando. Fernando's been on the podcast. plenty
Fernando's
of times.
awesome. I love Fernando.
Dude, he is great, man.
Dude,
Fernando's
I
a
saw him
great guy.
yesterday. I did a mic with him yesterday. Yeah, we did that Spanish mic.
What's his name?
Monkeys.
What's his name?
Robert.
Is it Robert or is it
Roberto Silva, León,
not
que-
Fernando? No,
Jefferson?
Yeah, Jefferson.
Yeah, they kind of co-run it. They're like
Oh yeah, Jefferson Guerrero, right?
Guevara.
He's been on my podcast. He's cool, man. He
is-
does
he
festivals
is
all
really
over the place.
Good looking dude. Like,
Jefferson, he's hilarious, man.
dude, he was killing it in Spanish. Like he was hosting,
Yeah.
and between each comic, he did like 3 minutes, and he was just keeping the crowd, bro. He has so much material. He fucking
What he does a shit ton of comedy, man. That guy flies everywhere.
dude, he's amazing.
Because he works for American Airlines, I think. So when he'll sign up, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
he'll
that is
sign
another
up for
reason
a
why I
mic
wanted to
in
job.
like Oklahoma or like Idaho, somewhere
He
far
can
away.
speak it. He's a big comic.
Seattle, and he'll just go over there for the festival, do it, and then fly back because he gets his tickets like pretty much for almost free.
Like shout out to him, man, because I had some issues like translating some of my bits,
Yeah.
and I met up with him, and he just helped me out. Like, just helped me didn't write for me, but like legit helped me make the premises
Yeah.
funny and in
Yeah,
Spanish.
shout out to Jefferson Guerrero, man.
Dude, him and Panda,
Yeah.
bro. Like those two guys, and Monkey too, bro. Like
I don't think I've met Monkey yet.
Monkey, dark Puerto Rican guy. It's kind of racist. His name though. Just thinks this. It's not racist in Puerto Rico, but like here it's like so racist.
Django.
A black guy naming himself Monkey.
Let me tell you something about you just said a word that when I moved here,
Mm-hmm.
chango for Mexicans means monkey, but back home, that's literally one of the like santeria, like gods.
Yeah.
Chango.
Yeah.
And I was like,
you ever see?
bro, what- I
You
was
ever
bro,
hear like salsa music, like old school salsa music?
He probably
No,
Not really.
It'd be
Like who? Like
Chango, like
like Mark Anthony. Number
Mark
one.
Anthony, yeah. Mark Anthony, or
He's
like
a, he's
no,
a,
I mean I know of Mark Anthony.
or Hector Lavoe. Like,
I've heard of that name. I don't
Yeah.
really know.
have you ever seen the movie like about Hector Lavoe and Cantante with J Lo and Mark Anthony?
I tried not to watch it.
But you have to watch that ass, so I bet you did.
Damn, Django's not really worth it watching the shitty movie. Or otherwise,
It wasn't okay. It's not a
no,
shit
no.
movie.
J-Lo's the only reason
No,
to
to
watch
me-
a crappy movie.
to
That's
me-
the movie. What are you talking about?
No.
Listen. He put
I
up with
hated
her
that
shitty,
movie, Selena.
He put up with her shitty music for 3 hours at her concert just to look at her ass.
You went to her concert?
My wife let me go. She
Dude,
was
give
next
me your
to
man card.
Huh?
Give me your man. Give me
Or
your man card.
double it.
That was great.
Or double it because he actually sat through all her shitty music to look at that ass
No.
from box seats.
No, I don't think so.
It was great.
No.
Great.
No, that's horrible.
See, that's how.
That means he paid extra to get box seats.
I would have blown.
No,
my
Oh no,
lights
that
out.
was a hookup by the way.
I would have just been walking through like where you get all the food, just checking out all the other asses there,
Bro,
and wondering why the hell I'm not banging one of them in the bathroom right now.
Because you're not watching J-Lo, bro.
see, that's the difference. Is if you,
Yeah.
that's the difference.
Here's the thing: I can't sit through something just because of like an attraction.
Listen, I like me some Janet Jackson. Beautiful lady.
It's that nipple ring that got you, huh?
It's
The
the
fact
nipple
that
ring.
you found out her nipple was pierced.
It's the nipple
You
ring.
found out her nipple was
It's
pierced.
the nipple ring and the fact that she got a fat ass.
Even though her titties.
I only
sang
know
down to
like
her
3
belly
of her
button.
songs, and I would sit through a 3-hour concert just to look at her the
I
whole
don't
time.
think I can name one of her songs.
We
Honestly.
are part of a rhythm nation.
Wasn't that Michael Jackson, bro?
No,
I don't know.
no, she had a whole career outside
Oh,
of
I'm
the
sure,
club.
but
I know that one did it ooh wee something like that. I can't sing it that
Never
song.
I feel old right now talking to you
Dun,
guys.
dun, dun,
You're
dun,
older
dun.
than me.
Okay.
This motherfucker.
I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, like what were we talking about? Music, shitty music, movies. And
Shitty
then-
music movies. He sat through a concert just for J-Lo's
Kind
ass.
of diverted it because you said Chango and we were talking about
Yeah.
his friend that was
Oh yeah,
dark
Panda,
skinned Puerto Rican.
Panda, and all them.
Yeah.
Diego's gonna come on next week, I think, or the week after. I'm not sure. And then Mike's supposed to come on, Mike Hernandez. So I'm gonna have them on pretty soon. So we're gonna sit down and talk about it. See what's going on.
Yeah, that would be a great podcast to have all 3 of them here at the same time.
Dude, it'd be too wild with all 3 of them. I'm gonna do it though. I'm gonna do it.
Dude, so you don't
Panda.
do like Spanish stand up?
No, my Spanish isn't that great.
Okay.
Like I
How
have
you
to
say by
read.
that
Probably
great?
make it
As
even
in like
better, bro.
all you could, like my wife, all you could do was order in Spanish.
No, I can have a conversation in Spanish.
That'd
I
probably
talk-
make it even better, to be honest.
Am I? I'm gonna try it out. I talked to Jefferson about coming on when. Right now I was sick this whole week, so I took the week off from comedy. But I'm gonna try it next week, and yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna mix up my Spanish.
Do you ever really take a week off of comedy? That's my whole thing. Because even if you're not performing, you're writing.
I was,
See,
yeah,
to me,
kinda.
it's like there's no off season. At least not to me, right? Like you might not be performing, but you're always doing something towards your comedy career.
Yeah, and that's always been like a question. Like, how do you gather like things to say or jokes like throughout the day? Like,
Shit
funny
like
things
this.
happen, and you just
Whatever makes you
Shit
laugh.
like this.
One of the things that I just thought of today was
first hand. Let's hear it.
fucking
Come on, bro.
hold on, wait.
Performance
There's now you can get medical procedures on Groupon,
Yeah.
and I didn't know that, and I'm like, well, shit, I'm gonna go get a colonoscopy, but then my 2 kids are gonna get colonoscopy too because I get a discount. There's 3 of us,
Fuck.
and my kids are
Magic.
9 and 3. So sorry kids, but I want a discount. I'm not paying full price for that.
Hilarious.
Dude.
So I thought of, well, that's just a rough draft, but I do want something like that where I was like, what? Like, you can now like go to the hospital for the doctor's visit or whatever for Groupon. It's on Groupon. That's weird. But dude, obviously you can make jokes out of that.
Yeah, man.
I think colonoscopy period, you can make jokes out of that. Dude, that must be torture, number one.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, do you know that?
And we're all speeding towards that age.
Well, what's weird? I've told people this a long time ago that I had my colonoscopy when I was 21 by my doctor. Well, not colonoscopy, the one where they stick your finger up your butt.
Oh, the prostate.
Oh,
Prostate exam.
He just wanted to violate.
Why'd you do it at 21?
I was 21. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to have it till 40.
Bro, that was something. That was
Yeah,
he was
see?
trying to violate.
Right?
He was like, let me see that.
Hey, bro, did he give you the reach around him too? Was he like?
No, that would have made it a little bit better, maybe. But
Hey, there you go. Take notes.
He was 21.
Take notes.
I didn't know.
Take notes.
Remember.
Remember the second knuckle and then curl it. Okay. Second knuckle.
Wait.
and curl
Don't use
it.
the pinky. Come on, if you're gonna do it, be a man. Use a middle finger.
No. If you really want to fuck with him, use a thumb and really just hook onto it.
But you gotta make sure you hook downwards, okay? Yeah, because
Bro, she's gonna be like this.
So, but yeah, like I was 21. It was my first time I had insurance to go to the doctor, and the doctor was like, "Okay, well, let's just go ahead and check these off." And I was like, "All right, what happens now?"
You don't need it until you're 50
pull your
now.
pants down and bend over the table. I was like, okay."
Was it in black and white?
I should have washed my hands.
Was there ominous music in the background?
No, there was the Beatles in the background.
Oh, that makes it worse.
Yeah.
That's like my bit about ABBA, bro.
ABBA? You have a bit about ABBA?
Yeah, I do. About my dad torturing me, but he
Uh-huh.
would always play ABBA in the background.
Yeah. Why?
Because my dad's an ABBA fan. He's like 55, 60, 55, 56.
You know, I want to think of what's your dad? Is he
My
also
dad
Puerto
is
Rican?
Puerto Rican, but he's a former military guy.
Oh, okay. That's
So he just likes like white people music, like
Huh.
horribly white people music. like my dad likes a Partridge Family.
uh-huh.
My dad likes what's that fucking like? Don't get me wrong, like it's cool because I can talk music with most people because I'm my father, but he likes like Donny Osmond. I'm like,
What?
I don't even know who that is, bro.
like the fact that you know who he is.
The Osmond family.
Yeah, like yeah.
There was another. Oh, I was thinking Osborne's.
Osmond.
the
No.
Osmond family.
This is like before.
Ooh, I was like, what?
The
No.
Osmonds are like the
50s?
Osborns without the devil.
I was like 50s or
A lot
60s?
more Mormon.
Yeah. Very, very churchy. We always end up with religion again on the
Oh,
It's
it's
a sign.
hilarious, bro.
Huh.
It's
You're going back to
hilarious.
church, brother.
Oh, I never talked about my bit I was thinking about doing. Let's see what you guys think, alright? Now, it might only be funny to me,
It's okay.
but that's okay.
We just have
At
to
least
find
you're
your
honest.
audience. We have to
So
find
what
your
I want to
audience.
do, I want to do a bit about like how I believe in aliens, and I always want the aliens to like show up, just show up one day, and my premise is where the aliens come, they show themselves to us, but they have a sense of humor. So and to them, they put us all in these categorized groups, right? So you have the Christians on one side, the Catholics on the other, in one little area. And then you have Islamic people who believe in Allah, and then whatever else there is. I need to figure out more. That's all I know right there. Christians and Catholics, Islamic.
I'll tell you this. There's something there.
Buddha.
I like it. There's something there, but
Is he finished?
No,
I think
not,
so.
no. So the aliens, what they'll do is like they'll create a vision of that person, but we won't know it's not really them. We'll just be like, what's going on? Like, let's just say I'm Christian, right? And they'll take Jesus and like they start tying him to a table, and the aliens start running a train on him and just fucking going to town.
that sounds like an episode of South Park.
They just start going to town
I think
on.
I've seen that somewhere before.
Have you? I don't know.
It
And like,
sounds like an episode of South Park.
and like, but the point of the aliens,
Oh, maybe you dreamed it.
I don't know. But to me, like the aliens are just laughing their ass off, saying, everything that you believe in was total bullshit, and here we are fucking your beliefs just to show you that there's nothing out there.
I don't know, man.
The one that might get me in trouble is the Islamic one because they're like really.
It's, that's fucked up though, right? Like you can make fun of everybody else. You can make fun of Jewish people.
Oh yeah,
Christian
that is
people,
fucked up that you
Catholic
can't
people,
make fun of them.
But you can't touch Buddhist or freaking Muslim, because all of a sudden they go, you're Islamophobic or xenophobic or something. And I'm like, what the fuck? If you're gonna make fun of religion, make fun of all religion.
Yeah, I have no problem being
saying.
called Islamic phobic.
Did you been called that?
No, I said I have no problem being called Islamic
And one of my
phobic.
best friends, man, she's the sweetest person I've ever met, man. She's Muslim and she's fucking great. One of my best friends, honestly.
Yeah, because apparently in the Muslim religion, you're not supposed to make a persona of Allah. Like you're not supposed to like make a depiction of him.
In Christianity either, there is no picture of God. There's only a picture of Jesus.
Right. And that's what separates Catholics with Christians, because they have like the little on the cross deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Are you not supposed to, or you're not supposed to make a picture of God? Well, I mean, you have no idea.
Not really a picture.
Like there's paintings of Jesus,
right.
but there's not a picture of God.
Making like an idol or like a statue.
Like other than the Da Vinci one, where it's like God.
The guy
and
touching.
Adam.
Is that supposed to be God?
Supposed to be,
It's
but
like-
like there's no real image of God.
Right.
God is an entity.
But isn't Jesus supposed to be God too?
But there's actual
That's so
historical
weird.
record of Jesus, just like there's actual historical record of Muhammad.
Right.
So there's people that actually drew the guy, so they kind of have an idea what he looks like.
Wouldn't it be funny if Jesus was just like a guy who just found mushrooms and just started to give it to everybody?
Okay.
You know,
Putting my
I think
tip
more
on-
realistic
Well,
might be
there's
the-
already one that's happened like that. It's the Marilyn Manson guy. Remember, he gave all his followers like
No,
poison
that's
and
not
he
Marilyn
killed
Man.
them
That's Jim Jones. Jim Jones.
all.
Yeah.
Something like
So,
that.
yeah.
Crazy white dude, bro,
Some
yeah.
crazy-
Well, like that's how that guy was able to fool these people into his religion, and it was like fucking 1950s.
I mean,
Imagine back then where they believed everything.
You don't have to go
was
that far. Like they're called Scientologists. Just saying. The dude-
True. They follow you, bro. When you leave, they follow you and like make sure that your life is miserable, which is crazy.
Yeah, those Scientologist people are
Maybe
that
she-
religion's real weird.
bro.
Like all the celebrities.
Did you guys watch
Crazy.
Going Clear?
What's
The
that?
documentary, Going Clear?
Is that the one with Rena?
Yeah,
Rena.
with,
what's her name?
Ah, fuck. I don't know.
Oh,
The girl from King of Queens.
Yeah,
That's Scientology.
That's Scientology. Yeah, that's her.
I don't know if I saw the whole thing, but I do remember her talking
The
about
guy, L. Ron Hubbard, was a fiction writer.
it. Yeah, he
A
has,
science fiction
he-
writer.
apparently he has the most science fiction books ever written.
Yeah! And he's on record with Jim Parsons, another crazy fuck,
Uh-huh.
going, well, the only way to make money in this country is to create a religion.
Yeah,
so
he
I'm
said
gonna create a
the
religion.
best, the smartest way to create to make money is to start a religion. That's what he did.
Yeah. And then the only reason he wasn't considered a religion is because the guy has to die first in America.
Did you hear?
That's the law.
Wait, what?
The only way a cult can become a religion in this country is if the guy dies and his followers continue to practice his teachings.
But
Sorry, my bad.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say there's like another religion that's just as close to as Oklahoma. I mean, like basically Satanism. I don't know if you're familiar with that at all.
Oh yeah, the black man.
So like they literally, like they made a statue in downtown in Oklahoma City with like the goat sitting down like with the horns. And,
Yeah.
So it's like another one. It's crazy.
What do you guys think of Satanism? Because I heard,
I don't know.
and I might be wrong, but
I don't
heard,
have enough information to give you anything.
I heard Satanism, where it's not really, where they sum it up as it's not, or like where I'm sorry, where you can do things to people, but the most part is just respecting the creatures of Earth, like animals and stuff like that.
I have no
It
idea.
sounds Buddhist.
I have no idea.
Hindi.
I have no idea at all. I
Yeah.
can't tell you the difference other than that dude Aleister Crowley and that creepy ass dude. I have nothing to other than that.
I don't know much about it either. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah,
But it's real, and they
Yeah.
have a statue in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Crazy.
God damn it! Why are you calling me? Can you answer that for me? I'm pretty sure it's about ganja. Just see what he wants.
Oh, he's just alive.
Huh?
This is Texas.
This is Texas. What?
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Deny it. It's okay.
Deny what?
I don't know what he's talking about either.
I love that song.
I know, me too. It's a great song. Pass the
I feel like this is something between you two that I don't know.
I tried to tell him. I warned him. It was gonna be all over his face.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, no. Anyway.
Anyway, so so about you guys' podcast, what do you guys usually cover on that? Just like kind of like everything too.
It's a little bit of a variety show.
Yeah. We, for the most part, the beginning is always like just a quick sports update.
Yeah.
I mean, we're that's part of like our friendship. Like, we're huge on sports. You know what I mean?
What's your teams?
All Miami.
Yeah.
Like
Miami Dolphins. Miami. Dude, you don't know sports either, bro?
At all?
No, I mean kind of.
Listen to our podcast. Subscribe. You'll learn.
I don't
love it.
I don't
Sell
want
it.
about sports. Though.
Sell it.
Just for that.
Sell it.
The only reason here's where I get my sports knowledge when I listen to Bill Burr. But because he is so hilarious, hearing him rant about sports stuff,
It makes you wonder.
that's all I hear, and that's what makes me laugh. But all I hear is Boston Bruins, the Bruins.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
The Bruins, and
It'd be funny if you knew, like, though, right? Like, if you knew, like, a situation that was going on with, like, the Bruins. You know what I mean? You'd probably be like, oh, shit.
So, other than comedy, what are you into?
Other than comedy, I am into. I do like MMA, so I like UFC.
So we talk a lot about that.
I haven't watched a huge variety of MMA because I have no idea what's going on in ONE FC. I don't know.
Are you at least up to date with like American MMA, like UFC and Bellator?
Yeah,
Okay.
not that much on Bellator either. I don't have an access to watch it, so and I don't know the proper channels to go to look for on YouTube. Well, I would say I don't have the proper. I just don't have that much time to sit there and actually watch it. But like UFC, yeah, I'll watch in order. The ones, the better fights, like the one that just happened with Adesanya and
That was a good fight.
I didn't order it though because the rest of the card was kind of lackluster.
That's how I know you're not into it, because the rest of the card was fire.
Who was on there?
The one before was really good. The one before that fight?
Hooker and Iaquinta, bro, those two dudes are
Iaquinta needs to retire.
Oh yeah,
Iaquinta, he's just one of those guys, bro, that he missed his opportunity and he's just a little too old now.
How old is he now? Is
He's
he
32?
32? I still got a couple more years.
Not in his weight class. Not at 155.
Bro, that's
What?
stacked.
Yeah, not at 155. At 155, you're old, bro. You wanna eat?
But
Like, it's not like for a regular person.
Yeah.
32 is not old. You're right. But at
Well,
high level,
No, a lot
old.
of people think that like their fighting peak is between the ages of 30 and 35.
No, fighting peak, athletic peak for most men, right? 28 to 33. 32, you're old. You're in the back.
I
You're
don't
in
know.
the back now.
Let's look at this, okay? Anderson Silva was champ until he was like 36.
Also, he's an anomaly because he's...
Yeah.
I mean,
He's actually not that big of an anomaly. He was good at what he did. He was great, but he was not that big of an anomaly because when he fought in Pride, his record was subpar. He got beat by Rio Channon. Come on now. Rio Chonan ankle locked him from a standing point, bent down, grabbed that leg, and ankle locked him.
Okay, first.
That has
Okay.
his only loss.
Let me school this. I
Yeah.
train. Do you train?
I used to, yeah.
You used to train?
I'm trained.
So you know that back in the day, leg locks were unseen. So lack of
That's not true though.
No, it is true. Especially in MMA, leg locks were not seen. Rio Chonan and Dane Lister were like one of like two people that actually used them.
Ken Shamrock used it. Don Fry
With
used it.
with
Yeah,
what
Ken
success?
Shamrock.
With what success though? Like
Ken Shamrock-
he only leg locked like two people. He never leg locked many. A lot of them were
Who
either
else?
done by chokes or ground and pound, especially in the early days.
I would say this was like
The most prolific leg lock in early MMA was Dean Lister.
What year?
Lister.
Because Lister was good between like the year of what 2003.
Like 03 to like 06, that was his peak. But even before that, like very, very, very few people use leg locks, and there wasn't an understanding. Like Rio Chonan is like the new era, the beginning of a new era of like leg locking masters. Him, Tuquinho, and all these guys, because they all trained, where? Henzo's.
Yeah, Henzo Gracie's.
Up in New York. And there was kind of a leg lock revolution. So him losing to a leg lock specialist doesn't surprise me. But what Anderson Silva did throughout his career, beating the best of the best,
And
including
unorthodox
left-handed fighter that was technically small for the division, right?
The what weight class? The
180. He was skinny and small for the division. He wasn't that tall.
No.
I mean, he was 6'2".
Yeah, but his reach, he had more reach than everybody
He's
else.
all arms and legs.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
but
why they call him the Spider.
yeah, but what he did was unprecedented. He won on points. He beat people up and knocked them down. He was the Floyd Mayweather of MMA in his era.
Mm-hmm.
He made fights boring. Just like GSP. People forget that. No, people forget that there was like a 4-fight streak where nothing but decisions.
Yeah, GSP. Yeah, I.
No, I'm talking about Anderson.
Anderson. Oh, yeah, those.
Yeah, he decisioned out Patrick Cote, Talis Laitis, Thiago Silva, and he also decisioned out what's his dude? Right before he fought Chael, because Chael made that fight exciting. He decisioned out a bunch of people. Like, he had a very, very boring style because he would fight from the outside, and if it went to the ground, he'd get right back up and keep it standing.
Which is weird. He has such a good. His ground game's pretty good.
He's a black belt under the Minotauros. He's legit. Yeah. But the thing is, he was undersized for the division, so his way to win was to outpoint him. Mm-hmm. He did things in his prime that was unheard of in MMA. His level of striking, for the time, even today, is beyond compare.
I mean, he brought the spinning backhand fist, whatever you call it. Like, he brought it into the map in the UFC.
Yeah. Him and who was that other guy that did it? I forget his name. The black dude too.
Jones?
No,
not Jones. It was way early before him.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Speaking of Nagara, got my picture right there of him signed.
Shit.
You met him?
Yeah.
Nice.
I met him in Dallas. Yeah. I freaked out when I met him too.
Straight cauliflower, bro.
So okay, you're correct. Yeah, Dan Anderson Silva was fucking amazing, a great fighter. But what were you talking about though?
Leg lock specialists.
Yeah, leg lock specialist.
Prior to that,
not really many. Like, not many. You look at even MMA in the whole. If you were to say 10% of submissions, not even fights, submissions were leg locks, that's being generous.
Yeah,
very,
correct,
very, very few. So to say that leg locks always worked is not necessarily true.
I think because I started off with Pride and I would see a lot more there than I would in the UFC.
Yeah, I know the Pride rule set was also way different than the Americans.
I love the Pride rule set, man.
I love the 10-minute round.
Was it more brutal?
10-minute round.
That 10-minute round. So the rules were you had one 10-minute round, then you had 2 5s at the end. So and then and instead of point deductions, they had, like in soccer, yellow and red cards. So if you like poke someone in the eye, you get a yellow card, or like throwing shots, a yellow card. And then you could hit anybody anywhere. So if you wanted to stomp this dude with your foot, you could stomp him. Yeah. There is video of like Vanderlei, of Vanderlei like soccer kicking people to death. Like, it was brutal.
Dude, that's crazy.
But I mean, they still had good rules. Like if if a fighter was
a better grappler out there because you can use the cage.
Yeah, if a fighter was like more than like I think 10 kilograms, was it kilograms or what they?
Oh yeah, when they did open weight. Yeah.
Yeah, if a fighter was like more than 10 than the other fighter, the lighter fighter got to decide whether or not you can allow knees and kicks to a ground opponent. And a lot of times they'd be like, "Yeah, I don't care because I'll probably be the one who uses it anyway."
So and then back in the day in Pride, steroids, yes please.
Oh yeah.
Yes please.
That totally ruined Mark Kerr's.
Mark Kerr. Mark Kerr was like Khabib.
On steroids?
2 times bigger.
Yeah.
Like easily, like what? All of 240.
Huge.
All of 240. Jacked.
Did he have a beard?
No.
Nah, he was all clean shaves, but he was huge and he was destroying people.
Oh my god.
Speaking of Khabib, him and Ferguson are supposed to happen in April.
Is it confirmed or is that just like the whisper?
That's still the rumor.
Yeah.
Earl already talked about it.
I don't know who is that.
I'm fucking going for Tony, man.
I'm going for Tony.
100%.
I'm going for Tony, but like we were breaking down the Dustin fight because I really thought that Dustin had a legitimate chance. Like
I was hoping. Actually, I don't know. I really didn't care who won that fight. But
like I thought he had a legitimate chance, like the underdog. I had like a really good underdog feeling going into the fight, and I told him, I was like, here's the thing, Khabib, you know exactly what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is, can you fucking stop it?
Yeah, nobody can stop it.
And you come to find out that you can't. But I'll tell you this, there's only 2 people in the division that I think, if they grabbed the neck the way Dustin grabbed his neck, choked him out. And it was Tony or what's his name? Mexican kid from California.
Oh, he just won his legs. Remember he was...
He had that tough fight with Tony.
Yeah. And
Pettis?
No, not Pettis. Before
Nate.
that. No, not Nate.
What guy you talking
Pretty
about?
guy. Pretty long-haired Mexican kid.
Jorge?
Masvidal?
No, that's not
he's
Starboy.
not-
He's
he's not Mexican, bro.
He's not Mexican. He's Cuban.
Whatever,
Shit.
they're
He
still
trains with the
brown.
Gracies. He trains with the
He's
Gracies.
one of the Browns.
He's one of the Browns. But,
Trains with the Gracies.
Shit. What's his name?
Pretty
Is
boy
he one
long
of the
hair.
Gracies?
He trains with the Gracies. He trains with Henner.
I'm not sure who you're talking about.
Are you sure he's Mexican, bro?
Yeah, dude. He got fucked up in his last fight. Well, he didn't get fucked up. He got like.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I forget his name.
Yeah, I forget his name too, but he just fought. But he lost to. He lost to.
He lost to
Tony?
Max Holloway.
Yeah, he lost to Max Holloway.
Brian Ortiz.
Yeah, Ortiz. There we go.
T-City Ortiz. I think if he was to catch Khabib's neck, he's one of 2 people that can put him to sleep.
Oh, they didn't say weight class, right?
He's moving
Brian
up.
Ortiz?
I know he's moving up. I
Ortiz
don't know.
is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I
To
think
what?
he's-
To
To 150. 155.
155? Yeah, because
He
that's
was fighting at 145. He's big too. He's big. He's tall. He's big, but his grappling is ridiculous. Like,
Yeah, his grappling's really great.
it's great, and like,
Damn, Max Holloway put it to him, man.
but that boxing though.
Max Holloway.
But that
put it to
boxing
him.
though, dude.
Oh,
That Max
my
Holloway's
God.
boxing is on fucking point, dude. He's so stinking good. So
I think the only reason he lost to Poirier is because Will's out of his weight class.
Yeah, no. I mean, he
Came
beat
up
him
on it.
before. Dustin beat him before.
Yeah.
So it's a legitimate. It's just a bad matchup for Max. Like, Dustin hits way harder. Dustin has good counter wrestling, and I think proven point in both fights is just the boxing styles are just complete mirror opposites of each other, and I think that Dustin's boxing is just a little bit better. It's not that they're both great. It's just Dustin's is just a little bit better. Like, if Dustin was at 145, I think Dustin would be champion. But he's too big to go down at this point. He's just back is massive. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid how big he is at 145.
Speaking of boxing, bro, do you watch boxing?
Not really.
No?
No, not boxing.
Do you think it's fake?
No, I don't think it's fake.
Because that's everybody's excuse that doesn't watch boxing. It's fake. I'm like, what?
Like it's rigged.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
it's
do
definitely
feel.
rigged.
I do feel like there are people who like try to try to make it more towards their
right.
like
I
to
mean,
where they want
that's
it to
100%.
win, but
The
like
punches are real. Like,
no, the punches are real and all that's real.
I mean, did you see the way friggin' Triple G was getting hit the other day?
I
mean,
missed that fight.
a lot of
Triple
people
G
say he. A lot of people thought he lost.
to
It
who?
was a close fight, but he was getting lit up.
Some Russian dude. No
Kovalev.
idea.
Kovalev.
Oh yeah,
idea.
Kovalev.
No idea who he is.
I've heard of him. I just never seen his fights.
Just real European, like
Yeah, I don't keep up
like
with
super
European
technical, not fancy, but
Kind of like
Triple G is getting older too, though. Like, what is he? 38,
34?
34?
he's 36.
Yeah, I think he's 36, 37 now.
He's climbing it.
up there.
Yeah, getting a little older. But fucking what's his name still fighting too? The Asian, the Filipino.
Pacquiao, Pac-Man, dude. That dude
Pac-Man.
doesn't age, bro.
Is he part of the Browns?
No, he's not.
He is a brown though.
Yeah.
No, he's
That's
Pacquiao.
racist.
He's Asian. He's a chink.
Technically, he's Polynesian. Let's be real.
Come on, if you saw him down the street, you'd be like, Chino.
No, if you saw him, he'd be like Taco.
Nah, I don't think so. He looks
No,
like
he doesn't
Chino.
look paisa.
He- no.
Not paisano. Yeah, straight up Chinese food right there.
Bro, what do you think a lumpia is, though, bro?
Who?
A lumpia.
Lupia.
Lufa?
A lumpia.
Oompa Loompa?
What the fuck?
Chalupia.
That's how you know I
Come on
spend time
now.
in California. To all my Asians, bro, lumpias are the shit. Lumpias.
Wait, is this a food?
It's a Filipino egg roll.
Oh, a spring
Leave
roll.
it to you to bring up food.
Damn, was that a fat joke?
Hey, no, congratulations on the weight loss.
Thanks,
by the way.
man.
Don't tell him
Thanks,
that, bro.
bro.
Let's talk about it, man. You I've seen your Instagram pictures, right?
Yeah.
You were pretty big at one point.
500 pounds.
What
He was nicer back then.
How did you? Do you know? Can you?
I'm skinny and rude now. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Can you put into terms of when you realized you were getting that big?
We've covered this on our podcast, and it was crazy. It was one of our first episodes.
Well, I want to know.
So
Basically, it was like, yeah, just go listen to it.
no, not go listen to it, but I'll tell you
Talking about
guys.
firsthand.
So, I got married, and I was big when I got married. I was 400 plus pounds when I got married, and then you get the comfortable weight. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, come on, the comfortable weight
I'm
was 250.
the comfortable way, bro.
But you know, you gain the comfortable weight afterwards. You put a little extra.
How much?
My cousin, I was really close to him. He ended up dying in his sleep, and he was a big guy. He was a really big guy, and they didn't find out. We didn't find out till 3 days later. So he lived in Connecticut. He was supposed to be moving down here, like that spring, and like I was so close to him. And one day, you know, I get a call from my cousin, his sister, and you know, telling me, hey, they found.
Thank you.
They found him dead.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I just talked to him like 2 days ago. Like, everything's fine. I talked to him like 2 or 3 times a week. He's good. You stop lying to me. Like, you're fucking playing a joke. I'm like, no. He's fucking dead. And that, like, tossed me into, like, a deep depression. And my wife, she's an angel. Like, you've met her in passing. But she's a fucking angel. Like, she really is. There's a reason God put her in my life, and it was to fix me. And she looked at me. She was like, "Baby, you know, I love you for who you are, but we got to take care of this shit." And I already had the thoughts that I needed to lose weight anyway. You know, I was really big and all this other crap. But we started the process. We went to go see a doctor. The doctor recommended weight loss surgery. I had
the lap band?
No, it's called a sleeve gastrectomy. Basically, they cut off your stomach to the size of like a banana, and restricted eating.
They cut it, or they tighten
Sleeve
it.
it.
They sleeved it. It's
Yeah,
literally the size of a banana.
Yeah, they put that tube on it.
No. I have a banana-sized stomach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you went through it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
At the time, so when I first went to the doctors, I was 490 pounds. When that was after I started working out, so I'm assuming I was plus 500, right? About a year later, about 10 months later, I went through the surgery. I was 445 pounds. I lost weight to get to the surgery. Altogether, I've lost 250.
God damn, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I'm still going through it. I mean, I have a joke about it. I joke about it on stage because it's fucking, I mean, I tell people I've lost 215 pounds. They're like, well, you're still fat. I'm like, no shit, motherfucker. Right?
That's not the point.
It's not the fucking point,
I
bro.
used to be bigger.
I'm trying to show you my loose skin, all right?
I don't have to use a shot. I don't have to use an electric motor.
Like, I have an extra 2 inches on my penis, okay? I didn't know it was there.
I didn't know I had a penis.
I can see him now.
I used to pee and it just dropped down my leg.
I was a squirter.
My wife was chopping on my mangina, bro. She's like,
now I know why you don't have any kids.
bro, like legit.
Sorry.
It's all good.
That's
bro.
awesome.
I say all these jokes to myself, bro, and it's self-deprecating.
What right now? What kind of like workouts do you do?
So I do jiu-jitsu 3 times a week before I do the mics. And then I hit the weight room. I run. I do just an overall martial arts workout, really.
He's been in tourneys, bro.
Yeah, I have one coming up soon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I want to get back into jiu-jitsu. I haven't done it in like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, dude, it's a grind.
Just
It's I compare, like, I know it's so Rogan-esque, right? Because I did jiu-jitsu before I started comedy. I did comedy because it was like Tony Hinchcliffe. I did comedy because of Tony Hinchcliffe. I ran into him at a show because it was just a day for me and my wife to go out, right? Like, go watch a comedy show. And I was talking to him, and he was like, "Hey, dude, you're funny. You should try it." And I'm like, "Okay." Like, he said, I guess I made him laugh, and he told me to try it. So I found the next open mic, which happened to be in Fort Worth. And
was that the one when he was here?
Yeah, back in like July.
Yeah, I was there for that one.
Yeah, so
I think I worked it.
yeah, I'm sure you did. Like my whole point is like everybody thinks it's because of Joe Rogan. No, it's actually because I met Tony Hinchcliffe and he was like, "Hey, you should do it." Mm-hmm. Him and another comedian called Ken Ugenti. Mm-hmm. You know, yeah, I met him like a year ago, and I told him, I was like, "Hey, you know, comedy seems like a cool thing to do," and he told me to do it, but I didn't listen to him because he was an opener. I'm like, "Hey, you don't know shit, bro. Like, you're barely good at this, right?" But like, Tony is like established. He's one of the best comedians in the world right now, and I was like, if he thinks I have something funny to say, maybe I do. Mm-hmm. Started writing. I have like over 30 pages of material that I don't even use, and. Yeah, back to the weight loss. It was just, you know, me and my wife one day. I went through the surgery and worked out every day. I haven't had soda in 3 years. I haven't, you know, had a piece rice in just as long. You know, I try to eat as best as I can. You know, sometimes I fuck up, but you got to take it day by day. Like, it's easy to listen to. I love listening to Joe Rogan, but it's easy to listen to Joe Rogan and do everything he says, right? Like, yeah. Be that guy, but the fact of the matter is, you're gonna fall. You're gonna fuck up, just like every day, just like anybody else. It's about, you know, okay, I fucked up today. I'm gonna do better from this moment forward. Every day, it's an everyday thing. It's like, you know, it's like being a drug addict. I hate to compare it that way, but it is. Your dopamine, same reaction. You just gotta do it. Gotta do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go shoot up heroin after this.
That's gonna be fun for you. That's gonna be fun for you. Make sure you do it in a Subway.
Yeah. I go to Dallas. Train.
And make sure you do it. Make sure you do it like, look like a question mark, and like make sure you're on one foot and don't fall over. Just, you know.
Just tip, yeah.
Just tip, and right before you fall, come back.
That's cool though, man. That's really good that you continue the process. It's really hard. It's super hard to do that.
It's super difficult, dude. And he, you know what? It's another reason I love this guy, because he's like my brother. But on top of that, like throughout the whole process, he was just like, "Fuck yeah, dude, do it for your life, for your wife," or reminding me of all the reasons to do it. Mm-hmm. But most of all, he was just a friend, dude. Like, yeah. Like I said, like, yeah, he's my co-host, but he's my friend first. Like, if we stopped doing the podcast tomorrow, our friendship wouldn't suffer.
Like I mentioned earlier, you know, I moved out of state for almost 3 years, and you know, we still kept the relationship going. You know, yeah, making sure that we kept in contact, man. So I mean,
that's awesome. I don't have anybody like that.
Go to church.
She's my girlfriend. Nah, it's okay.
Come on, bro.
I have some homeboys like that actually. No, they moved, of course, but I still keep in contact. My homeboy Rafa comes in from Miami every so often, and whenever he's in town, we fucking get together, and I drop everything I'm doing. We go hang out, because I know he's only here for one day.
I'll tell your best friends. How awesome are comedy friends, though, man?
They're pretty fun. A lot of them can be smart asses, and
they are smart asses. But it's like you can say the most fucked up shit to another comic. And they roll with it.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I've said
some shit to female comics that would get me banned from any place any working place in America. And they're like, "Yes, my pussy's sideways." Shout out to Asia.
I sometimes forget that I'm not with my comedy friends, and I'll say something with other people, and I'll be like, "Oh shit."
You did that before.
Too dark.
I've done that, huh?
You did that before comedy.
Yeah, no, my wife.
But that's how I knew I deserved to be with comedy friends.
Like my wife says the same thing. She's like, "You're so inappropriate." Like every time we go to see family, she has to sit me down and like, "Listen,
these are the rules.
I need you to rein in the comedy. Rein in, like, this is before comedy." She was like, "Avoid politics, please." She was like, "I know how they can be. I know how you can be. Don't talk religion." She was like, just nod and say hi, okay?" I'm like, "Okay." And then I fuck it up, and then and then she was like, and she looks at me, she's like, "Oh my god, why?"
Do you ever be like, "I didn't think that was so bad"? That's what I do a lot.
No. My whole thing I was just responding, babe. I was just responding.
It just came out.
It just came out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because I'm one of those persons when I hear something stupid, I
God.
can't just like wait. I have to address it. Like, wait, what did you say?
Especially in today's culture, bro. Like, let it be anything. Sports. Okay. Example, right? Like, fucking my Facebook is the greatest troll. I've become a troll on Facebook now. I don't troll about nothing crazy, but I said, okay, just because freaking the Cowboys lost over the weekend, North Texas decides to have a manic episode and change temperatures on us. What the fuck? Nothing but Cowboy fans. Cowboy haters do nothing but fucking hate. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, this was a post about the weather. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
It's funny though, it didn't match. Like because the Cowboys lost, everybody's emotions got sucked up into the sky, and now the sky's all like gloomy and sad too. It's like, oh, we're all sad because the Cowboys lost. I'm not big in, like I already said, I'm not big into sports, but I love watching people fight about sports.
It's hilarious. You know who's great at it?
Who?
What?
Talking shit about sports online.
Oh yeah, you do that?
Yeah, bro, but it's tough right now because coming from a loser standpoint, as far as my teams are trash.
Doesn't fucking matter. Here's what you do. You acknowledge that
team?
we're shit.
Are you talking about football still? So it'd be the Dolphins?
Doesn't fucking matter. Every Florida team fucking
The
sucks
Gay
right
Sharks,
now.
yeah.
The Gay Sharks.
Yeah.
Man, you must be really loyal to your area if
Bro,
you're still fans of the
Listen.
Dolphins.
There's a saying back home.
100%.
If you're a Dolphins fan, you're gonna make a great husband.
You're loyal, bro.
Loyal as fuck.
Jeez. I mean,
Yeah, I guess so.
he's like, I don't know, so.
I don't know. I just know that's a gay ass name.
It is a gay ass name.
Fucking
It is a gay ass name though.
the horniest animal in the ocean.
But it's also the smartest animal too.
Is it one of the
Look at him
smart ones?
justifying it, but it's smart too.
Bro, legitimately.
No, I know that. I mean, the military actually trains them to go find submarines.
Nah, for real. It's stupid. You know a dolphin tried to have sex with a human one time?
What do you mean one
It's a
time?
gift,
All
dude.
the time.
Have you seen the gifts?
It happens
Dude, it's
all
so
the
weird.
time.
Yeah.
Fucking you go over there and they'll tell you do not touch the dolphins because then they think they're gonna think you're trying to do something. They're gonna try to fuck you.
Bro, that's ridiculous.
They're the only mammal besides humans that actually have sex
Sex for
just
pleasure.
leisure, Yeah.
I mean, so do bonobos.
The monkeys?
The chimps. Monkeys without the tails.
Yeah.
Baboons?
You're a baboon.
What else is going on besides that?
I don't know, bro.
Man, just
He's a musician.
Yeah, what do you play?
a little bit of everything.
A little bit urban.
Percussions? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't, yeah, everything was just way too hard, man.
I do a little drumming and then I
Really?
play the keyboard. I've been trying to teach myself the keyboard.
hard, bro.
It is fucking hard.
Nah, he's legit, dude. Like, one of the first times we hung out, like, he literally invited me here, like a 13-year-old to his house. Like, hey, bro, I got some congas at the house. You want to come over? And I'm like, yes.
We made some Cuban coffee, whipped
Which
it up.
which ones are the congas? The
Bongos.
bongos. Okay.
See how you got Americans.
Okay, bongos. Yeah. Now, just the small ones or the big tall
The
ones?
tall ones.
Oh, okay. Do you line them up?
I only have two, but yeah, I got
Too?
it.
I
there's
think
a
all you need
stand.
is two.
But it was-
Fucking Ricky Ricardo over here. Desi Arnaz.
Desi Arnaz, Ricky Ricardo's over here, bro.
That's right.
Well, they're the
Cuban
same people.
coffee. Yeah. It's my uncle, bro. My cousin. I love it, bro. It's good.
Yeah, that's cool. How'd you get into that?
Church.
Church?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you, are you the guy that plays for the church? Back there going, whatever.
Yeah.
Actually, we both played for the church.
Yeah.
I played drums for my old church back in Florida.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I do too. I play right now.
Yeah, he does. He's way more involved in the church than I am. I'm over here. I'm a comedian.
I'm hardcore.
Yeah, you are hardcore.
Do you hardcore?
Do you just go to church, or do you ever want to pursue like a church as a thing?
Like to make money off of church?
No, like to be the pastor or the minister,
Oh,
whatever
no.
they are. No,
No way.
the first hand guy,
I don't ever want to be that guy.
the guy who hands out the money tray. Isn't that a special person?
It's a deacon, but no.
Yeah,
No,
deacon.
I don't even like doing that. Like, I remember when I was serving and going to Christian college.
Mhm.
Like, I was a pastor's assistant for like 3 years, and it was like,
A pastor's assistant. That just sounds like you're waiting to get molested, though.
No,
that's Catholics. Not
that's the Catholic priest.
I kind of feel like all churches kind of do it.
Let me be
in
honest
their
with
own
you,
way.
bro. When I was
Catholics only always get caught.
when I was a pastor's assistant, I got more pussy than I ever did in my life.
Yeah, Protestant. That's what they're known for.
Fucking.
The widows.
No. Young women, because they liked the way I dressed and I had the sexiness of the Holy Spirit.
Huh.
He's like, what is that? Can you
So
explain?
But isn't that unchurch-like though?
Oh, completely unchurch-like.
Huh.
But it still happened.
That's Protestant.
Well, I mean, if they're gonna be there, might as well be getting something.
Bro, here's the deal, right? This is just human nature. It has nothing to do with God. This is human nature. You put a group of young people in between 18 and 35. What do you think is going to happen?
18 and 35.
That sounds like
That's a very broad.
Yeah, that's like the gap we were talking about right now for athletics or something.
But it's human nature, right? Like there's men, there's women. Some are single, some are not.
He was just making it clear that they have to be legal. That's what he was trying to do.
Yeah, it's like I guess if they don't have a problem with the statue of God or Jesus just staring at them.
There's a king out there.
Bro, look, at the end of the day, like shit fucking happens.
I have a question. How do you guys feel about those televangelista people?
The who?
Los televangelistas.
Televangelist?
Televangelist people. Like that dude that owns the thing in Houston.
Mega church.
Oh,
Yeah, the mega church.
What's that name?
Like, how do you feel about that?
I don't think he's a televangelist though. I think he's a legit the fact that he's on TV, like he has his own program. But like when you said that, I thought
I think he's talking about like the prosperity gospel.
Well, I thought he meant like the ones that are like 3 or 4 in the morning saying buy this little cup with holy water and then $500 and then your prayers will be answered. That's what I thought you meant.
I didn't know there was a difference.
Yeah, you gotta wake up at 3 or 4.
I think they're all. I thought they were all the same.
So
They
just
just do it their own
it's
way.
legit.
like there's you don't even have to be that far. Like there's a local guy called TD Jakes, right?
Mhm.
He's a legitimate pastor.
Mhm.
Like he does, for my knowledge, I don't know if you can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think he makes money from his church. He's a volunteer.
Mhm.
He makes money off the books that he writes and his speaking engagements. He is a brand as a person. So like the pastor at my old church, which is his church.
Mhm.
From my knowledge, the church doesn't pay him anymore. He makes money off of his like traveling.
Right, and he does counseling too. Yeah.
So he does. So they do private counseling,
Yeah.
and he travels
Uh-huh.
for speaking engagements or whatever. So just because you're the head pastor or you work for a church, there's no money in that.
Yeah, but like what I want to know, like, how do you feel about the other guys? Though?
Okay.
The ones who, like, there's that one guy who said that he needed to get his own jet because he didn't want to be flying with heathens.
It's tough.
It's
Like
funny,
they have him saying that
it's funny because they get ostracized within their own community for saying things like that, and I personally have no idea how people even still attend those churches. I mean, because it's like dude, like you.
Bro, and by the millions too, bro.
Yeah, and it's not exactly, and it's not like a little bit of people. I mean, it's people that allegedly know, right, what they're doing, like know the gospel or whatever, and it's like, dude, like what? I don't know, but yeah, it's shunned.
I don't like it personally.
I mean, everybody.
Well, it's not so much a small community.
It's not.
Exactly.
It's not.
It's different.
It's just it's hard because as a believer, I don't want to say that whatever he believes God told him is fake, right? Because what your conscience is telling you is right isn't what my conscience is telling me that's right, right? And you have to understand that these people are human too, right? So do I think, let's take the example of the guy with the jet, I think that's extremely unethical.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely unethical. And any person in a position like that to take advantage and be a con man and take advantage of people is 100% ungodly and unethical. And I could say that with certainty.
Oh,
and
it's not.
It's not. It's not right. Period. Right?
Like, those people didn't even get talked about or mentioned. You know what I mean? Because it's not even, it has nothing to do. You know what I mean?
It has nothing to do with the message of God. Like, even if he is using God as an excuse, has nothing to do with the message. They're just like any con man, any corrupted booker you'll run across. They're just like that. Okay, like there's comedians in comedy, in the industry of comedy, not locally, it doesn't matter, that will take up young talent, use and abuse them, steal material or whatever. You can categorize the televangelists in that same category. They're just scumbags.
Yeah, I mean, basically, the scumbags in everything. You know what I mean? And they take advantage, how can I say it? The ignorance of people and turn that into profit. You know what I mean? So that's just, it's definitely,
it's weird because unless you, like, go through, at least my faith has always been strong enough to kind of still believe in God, even though I've come across some shitty ass people, right? Like, you always lose faith in God because of people. But I've always lost my faith in people, but not God, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So, all of a sudden, one day I come across as like, no, there are people that are good, ethical people that are going to treat you right and do the right thing, even when nobody's looking. That do work for the church, that do things for the people. Some have money, some don't. But everybody's mission is a little different. Like for example, the mirror in comedy, right? Like my audience might have a cross between me and you, but like your loyal audience isn't necessarily going to fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? But my loyal audience isn't necessarily going to fuck with you. Does it mean that you have bad comedy? No. Just means their taste isn't for me. Right? But then there's going to be like those weird few that kind of hop between two. It's like, I like what Ramsey has to say, and I like his style of thing, but I also like Daniel because he's coming from this different point of view. But I also like Bill Burr because of this. Just like, it's like that. Same thing in religion. Like, let's name some big names that kind of most people understand. Like Billy Graham. Like, he's very well respected amongst most people, right? But then you have, T.D. Jakes, who's another guy. He's a local guy. He's also respected, but very different in their approach. But then you got, like the guys you said, con men. Nobody likes the con men. Everybody smells out a con man. It's sad when millions of people can't smell out the con man.
And they still end up being part of the group that just donates and donates and donates. So when somebody says, like, you have a pastor, when he says, God told me blah, 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 do you just accept that?
So, yes and no. Like, I mean, once you spend so much time, I mean, just by reading the Bible, I mean, you learn certain things. Like it says, to learn how to divide what's spirit and what's human, and you have to have some sort of discernment of what are the intentions behind what this individual is saying. So you kind of have to learn how to, like, all right, this could be a little bit, weird, you know what I mean, or I don't think this is right, and not everything that comes out of their mouth is one from God or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you got to learn how to discern and learn how to divide whether it's him or whether if it's God. You know what I mean? So it's just something that you just.
That's weird. It's hard to wrap my brain around.
So you know when a comedian gives you advice, right?
Okay, I get that part.
So, but it's the same thing. It's the same thing in this way. You have to understand what's good advice and what's bad advice, right? Like, you're not mean about it, but you're like, okay, that works because that's what works for you, but is it going to work for me? It's almost the same thing, because just because some guy in a pulpit with a microphone says, God told me that we need to raise $100,000, does it mean you need to donate? Or, if you believe in the vision, maybe you should. Maybe he is going to feed kids in Africa. Maybe he is going to help build a school down the street, right? Maybe he is going to help the homeless. But do you have enough knowledge, just like in comedy, do you have enough knowledge to discern the difference between a guy that's giving you good advice and a guy that's giving you bad advice? So just because...
People give you bad advice in comedy?
Yeah.
Some people, yeah.
Like, what, like...
And it's not necessarily bad advice.
Like, some people could be, like, trying to downplay your style, and they'll be like...
like mocking you, kind of?
No, it's like they don't want to see you do better.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I haven't experienced it myself.
Okay.
But like I've heard people say like, oh, like take swearing for instance. Some people say you shouldn't swear. You should work clean. Don't swear. Don't swear. But then if swearing is kind of your personality, and
every comedian swears. It's weird.
Not every comedian.
Not every comedian, but there are some people. Like there's some comics out there that believe you can't make it in the business if you're swearing. Which is total bullshit.
That's a very
that you can't make it if you swear.
If you swear
like
it doesn't make any sense at all because if you go on Netflix they all do.
For example, Seinfeld, he doesn't cuss at all.
I've never watched many episodes from him.
He's hilarious.
It was kind of the mindset. Like there was a time point where the mindset was like you have to work clean because you have to get on a talk show. You'll never make it if you don't get on the talk show.
Okay. You got the clean cut, shave.
Yeah, and you have to dress right, and you have to dress the part.
And even in today's industry, to work a lot of the gigs that get you the experience, you have to work clean.
Well, that kind of sounds like musicians, right? You got people that are great musicians, artists, and then they sign with the label, and then they want to groom them into the way that this label portrays.
Yeah, kind of.
So it's kind of like that. Okay.
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
Okay.
But
that's
like just like anything else, there's your own way of doing certain things, and you don't need to follow every way to be successful in life.
Now you wouldn't have a Joey Diaz.
Right. I mean, there's originality so unique, and then people feed off of that, and then that's what they want. You know what I mean? So
yeah. It's like anything else in life, dude. It's just you have to trust your gut, right? Yeah. Like to me, that's God talking to you a lot of times. Right? Okay. Trusting your gut.
I have one more question about this, and you guys are the right people to ask. Cause I had this guy was telling me that he thanked God for like everything that he got the opportunity for. He thanked God for being able to do certain things. When is it in the point of life of a guy who has that mindset of thanking God? When is it okay for him to actually believe that he's the one who did it, not put everything on God? Be like, God was the reason this happened. God was. Well, what about you? Why can't you be like the reason why you did something?
I feel like you can. I don't think that's not like I guess what you're trying to say. Like you're trying to say if it's like bad if they say that it's not God. Is that what you're trying to say?
It just to me it just felt like everything positive was pointed towards another entity.
Oh,
rather than being able to.
So they are. Let's go as simple as animals, right? There are animals in this world that there are dogs that are meaner than others, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There are humans that tend more to being mean, to being negative, and some people tend more to being a little bit more humble and nicer individuals. So every person has their own leniency towards that, right? So I guess for me it's like naturally, depending on how you are, if you lean towards one way and if you did something positive, that's obviously you, right? So I guess it all goes back to humbleness, and it's about you not being able to boast, because boasting can glorify. I guess for people, whenever you glorify yourself a lot, like it can get to your head, and then it could ultimately bring you down in the sense of, you know what I mean, you're in this huge platform, all of a sudden you get taken away, and then what? You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that, that always remain humble as opposed to why God? Well, it's more like a remain humble type of thing.
Yeah. Is it? I guess it would be like a person who has that personality where they start getting big headed, and if they take responsibility for everything,
right,
and they start getting big headed, and then they're like, oh, now I'm the shit. But in order for them to not feel like they're the shit,
and that's how those people with the Jets wind up being.
Yeah, I'm like that. Like, if I don't, that's why I'm such a big believer. Because if I don't ground myself in something, not that I don't work hard, not that I don't have the grind mentality, not that don't get me wrong. Like, I understand that if it wasn't for me making the choices that I made, for example, the weight loss, right? I'm the one who put in the work, right? But I have to always kind of defer to that God gave me the ability and the mindset to go there. Because to me, if it was just on me, it was. There's no. It's like cool, I did it, right? Like if it was like, if I say hey, God allowed me to do this, like, it makes at least in my mind, and I don't know if it's right or wrong. Like I can't tell you if it's right or wrong. I really can't. In my mind, it almost makes it a little bit greater, because if it was for me alone, I wouldn't be alive. Like if it was for me doing what I want to do, which is stay in the dark holes of my mind and eat myself to death because Twinkies are delicious.
Actually, not that great.
Yeah, they're not.
I'm just saying.
Honey buns are way better.
Honey buns are way better.
Especially when you microwave them.
Fuck yeah, they are. But like, if it wasn't for me taking like responsibility and through the strength that God and my spirituality gave me, I wouldn't be alive today. I wouldn't be able to pursue something that I've been wanting to do since I was a kid. Like you were talking about who your comedy heroes are, right? Like my number one comedy hero, John Leguizamo.
John Leguizamo's great. Fucking killer, man.
John Leguizamo to me is.
I like him. It's crazy.
To me, John Leguizamo is the Hispanic Pryor.
His movie career kind of outshined his comedy career, really.
But like his comedy, his one man shows, to me, he is the Puerto Rican Pryor or Hispanic Pryor because he's Colombian. But
is he a brown?
He's a brown. He's a brown.
Just want to make sure I get it right.
But it was like I remember when I first got into comedy as a kid. Like I first got into comedy, like I didn't learn about Pryor till I was in my 20s. I was knee deep into Leguizamo when I was like 14.
Yeah.
So it was like people go, "Oh, I can quote all his specials in my head right now."
Dude, his last Netflix special was amazing.
Bro, it's fucking great. I want to see him when he comes back.
The last Netflix special.
I don't think I've seen it.
It was dope.
Latin History for Mormons.
Yeah, he gave like.
I think I have seen it. I think I just saw it once though, so I need to probably see it again.
It's good. I mean, it's a special as far as like it's funny, but it's more of an educational thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
but it's
history.
But he's great. Like his performance in it, from like the way he's just great. Like if I kind of almost don't want to meet him because they say never meet your heroes, but he's like one of my comedy heroes. So it's like I respect him so much. His line of work. I don't always agree with him. Like I'm not one of those blind followers. Like I don't agree with his politics for sure. Not that it's bad or wrong. It's just I think he's coming at it the wrong way. And I agree with a lot of his points, but I think he's going about it the wrong way. But that's not for me to decide. That's for him and his deal. But it's like when it comes to his work and his hustle and what he did and where he came from in his story, he is my comedy hero, bar none. So, I could say the same thing about Pryor, Chris Rock.
I mean, Richard Pryor should be everybody's like.
Oh, he's a Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
But like for sure, like Leguizamo, I don't want to ever steal from him. Like my brother, like I was talking to my brother because I sent him a video of one of my bits, and he was like, "Hey, dude, I love the bit, but careful." He was like, "That Latin voice that you do," he was like, "it's a little too derivative," and I'm like, "Thanks for calling it out and not another comedian saying I'm stealing because I don't ever want to steal."
What do you mean, like the tone that you're using, or the?
So when you do like a Hispanic accent, like there's certain people that do it a certain way, like. John Leguizamo's Latin accent.
I mean, it's an accent. You know what I mean? Like,
but it's like it's very him. Like it's very.
What, Puerto Rican-y?
Yeah, but
what is it, Puerto Rican?
You're Puerto Rican.
It's like you're doing an Asian accent. Like, it wasn't Mongolian enough. Like,
I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's like I don't want to ever steal.
But I mean, if that's how you come out and that's how you are, then that's kind of just how you are. I mean.
Oh yeah, I mean it's
like there's a difference. Okay, I'm sorry.
There's
a difference between your like being a certain way and then hearing a guy like, let's just say
I mean, Iglesias does Hispanic voices or accents all the time.
Yeah. But what? Okay, who's that? The joke thief, the really famous joke thief. Mencia. Okay. Mencia.
He's still alive.
He would he did a lot to portray himself as Mexican.
Mhm.
Now that right there is not really who he is. He's not really Mexican. What is he?
Like
You know,
Salvadorian or something.
something like that. Yeah,
He's like Hispanic, but he's not
not
Mexican.
No,
No way.
he's that's not even his real name.
I don't even know what his real name is. I know he's Hispanic. I just don't know what kind of Hispanic.
I
So
think
he
he's
just
like
generalized himself
Honduras
basically.
or
No,
something
what did
like
I
know?
that.
Yeah, so he came up in L.A. So, and he at one point was a legit like he wrote all his own shit at one point, but like after his initial like hot streak came down, he started stealing shit.
Yeah.
Like, so
So like, but I would feel like him. That's not really how his character is or how he is. He found a default to be like something that he really wasn't.
yeah.
But when you go to your natural, that mean if it sounds like that, I mean you can't. How are you supposed to fight that?
Right? Like, yeah, it's like he said. It's too, or yeah, I don't know.
It's too in you.
Because all he's hearing is his mother and his sister, and he's just imitating them. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
no, honestly, I mean, it's-
Don't patronize me, mijo.
I mean, what are you supposed to do? Just because there's some guy out there, just because like John Leguizamo has a certain way of doing it,
Sorry, my mom sounds like your mom.
and
Like-
you're not
Sorry, bro.
supposed
We're from
to.
the same place.
Yeah, see.
Jeez.
So I mean, I wouldn't say to be careful of that. I would be like careful of I would say like for one, make sure that the premises aren't too the same. You know, try to make if you have a premise.
I'm very careful with that.
Yeah,
Like,
just have it be
like that's why I said I have a bunch of shit that like I study comedy. Like I watch tons of comedy. It's like sometimes I write something and all of a sudden I don't know if this ever happened to you. You write a bit and you're not comfortable enough to say it on stage, but you go to a mic and to work out some other shit. All of a sudden you hear somebody say exactly what you wrote down. You're like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then you ask us like, dude, I wrote this. How did you go about it? And just to like, compare notes. Maybe you should toss yours, or maybe just come. He's coming from left to right. You have to come maybe from north south or something too.
I have that situation right now with Anthony Walton.
Really?
Yeah, where we both have bits about our girlfriend's cats.
Oh.
And I did mine probably about a year ago, and he did
Fucking
his a couple of maybe about 5-6 months ago. So, but my premise, I come at it my way, which is way dirtier and way more not HIPAA, but way more. What's the animal people?
Oh, PETA.
Way more PETA disapproval way of doing it. Because in mine, one of the things is I flick my cum at the cat. And his doesn't go that far.
Dude,
So
Dice
mine-
He
Clay,
tortures my cat.
Dice Clay has a bit about that.
He has a bit about that too? What? Fucking Dice? What does he do?
He talks about that I forget how it goes, but basically he's fucking his girl or whatever, and when he comes, he pulled out, and instead the cum fell on the cat.
Oh,
And then
okay.
he like,
See, mine I do it on purpose because me and the cat are in a feud. Yeah.
That's a good
Me
one.
and the cat are feuding. He.
So what
Yeah.
does he fling at you?
He puts his balls in my face.
That's even worse. That's even worse.
Yeah,
He's
'cause
winning.
this is
He's
one time
definitely
where
winning.
Well,
like
not so much because I took his balls away.
Oh,
Joke's on you, cat.
she had him
I
neutered.
think she was talking about you, that she took your balls away.
Well, she's
No,
going
he's
to.
next.
She's
Oh!
Clip him.
going. She's.
Oh!
Oh wait, she's going.
We need a wife cam from now on, bro. We need a
No,
wife-
I'm never gonna put her on cam.
Bro, we
She
need a
don't wanna
wife
be
cam
on
every
cam.
time she says a singer. Bing!
I do. She is supposed to have her own mic here pretty soon, though. I keep saying that. People are probably like,
She's your Jamie.
yeah, she's my Jamie, but instead of young Jamie, she's little Lana.
Oh shit.
Little Lana.
Yeah, people call me.
She's not very good at it though. Like she doesn't do research at all.
It's okay.
It's kind of like me. I just wing it sometimes.
She does no
Bro,
research for
here's
the
the work-
I'm the
podcast.
best winger though. Trust
Bro,
me.
like seriously, like I know when it comes to like stats and like he's so immersed in it.
Mhm.
Like I'm like I don't even need to do research because I'm just gonna like let him wing it. And he's probably I look it up and verify shit later,
Mhm.
and it's all correct
Yeah.
because he's just like he's a fantasy football guy, so he's just all in it. or whatever. Like, I'll do my research for like MMA fights because there's just so much shit going on, and I'm doing so much.
He re-put me on MMA because I've been off since 2009, honestly.
Yeah.
And he re-put me back on. I'm like,
Since
dude,
2009, that's when it was barely getting to the bigger spots.
Well, I feel like after like Iceman and all them, like when they dropped off, I was like, Anderson was getting old. You know what I mean? I was like, man, I don't know, bro. And then GSP was just so boring, bro. I was like, man, okay, he's gonna kill this guy next. Who's next? You know what I mean? So I always just then boxing
it
was
did
always
have
there.
a little bit of a slowdown at one point, but we got so many up and comers, and the game's changed.
I know,
and
it's amazing, dude. So much like versatility is nuts. But what were we talking about?
That.
Oh, how bad I am at
research.
Oh,
yeah. Research.
I research. Sometimes I'll send him like I stopped because I know he doesn't do research. So, I would send him like the outline. I was like, hey, this is the like the topic that we're gonna talk about today. That's not sports. Like, do a little research on this. That way you come at it with a little bit of an informed. It'll be politics, whatever, right?
I don't care what Kim Jong Un did.
Right.
2 weeks ago.
Right. And he literally goes, bruh. He said, if you hear it, bro, he goes, bruh, I don't give a fuck. And I'm like, all right, whatever, dude.
Or like,
are you into politics?
Like, nah. I mean,
he's Cuban.
It's embedded in me, and it's way too passionate of a conversation. And then anytime when people talk about this thing, it never turns anything good, bro. There's never anything that comes out positive from there, and nobody learns anything.
From what, from politics?
Yeah. Like this, like what's the point? Are you trying to convert somebody into the way you believe? Like, nothing good ever comes out from the conversation.
Like, you think that the Republicans and Democrats are like really bad right now? Put a couple of Cubans and Puerto Ricans in a fucking barbershop to talk about politics. Somebody's getting shot.
Yeah, bro. Like, it's just not worth the conversation.
It's not just putting on a mask and like pretending to be people up. No. It's like, cabrón.
Yeah, bro. It's just not worth the conversation.
What? Okay. Like you said right now, put them in a barbershop.
Mm-hmm.
What politics would they be arguing? Because what politics do they have in those countries?
So, for example, in Puerto Rico, it's a commonwealth of the U.S., right? And basically, their government is sucking up all the money that the U.S. is giving them, and the government, whoever's in there, they basically are keeping the money and keeping it away from the people. Cuba, I mean, they're still communist since 1952. So
there's not much to talk about.
I mean, they control.
There's not much to talk about.
Yeah, so it's like everything has gone wrong in those countries, and like, our families or our uncles or our grandpas, whatever, they see like those signs that happen here, and it's like conspiracy theories and things like that.
So they're arguing about U.S.
Yeah, so it's always about U.S. politics,
and they also bring up whatever's going on in the country, which is another.
Yeah. And how do they argue how U.S. Do they argue about how U.S. politics is affecting their country?
Oh no,
sometimes
just about U.S. politics.
At least with Puerto Ricans they do.
Yeah, because that does affect.
So it's like they'll talk about how that guy that they just kicked out a few months ago, Rosselló, like, I don't know if you were keeping up with the protests or whatever.
In where?
In Puerto Rico.
I thought it was the chick who was the.
She's the one that took after he was resigned.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So this goes deep. We made a whole episode about this.
Again, subscribe.
Yes, please. Thank you. We're so
shameless.
We're so shameless. Basically, what ended up happening is there was, after the hurricane, the U.S. And people say Donald Trump, but the U.S. Congress sent billions of dollars to Puerto Rico, and a bunch of resources and people to get the roads and the power system back up. And because of corruption, a bunch of people at the top got paid. Mm-hmm. And nothing got done. Like, to this day, there's parts of Puerto Rico that still don't have power.
Really?
Yeah.
Still, even now, still.
And then the major city, San Juan, has power. Yeah. But like a lot of the villages and
people
the towns,
live in
the mountains, like they have no power at all. Like they're slumming it. Like it's 1932 or some shit.
Yeah.
Like even worse, 1850. And so, so the people. There was a movement from the people, right, from the streets, to start protesting to basically oust the Puerto Rican governor at the time. Mm-hmm. And they did peacefully. Yeah. Peacefully. Like, Puerto Ricans are the most peaceful protesters of all time.
He resigned.
It's crazy because they're very hostile dancers.
They are hostile dancers. There was a lot of hostile dancing. Like they invented twerking in protest. They invented twerking in protest, bro. There was it's hilarious, but it's there was the most peaceful protest. There was hundreds of thousands of people.
Like celebrities,
celebrities.
Puerto Rico has a bunch of singers and artists, and they all went out there to support.
It was insane to see the people of Puerto Rico line La Fortaleza, which is what would be the equivalent to like Congress in South Congress out in Austin, and just line the streets like 20 people deep, like across, and thousands. You see the pictures; it looked like the Women's March, but people actually protesting a legitimate corruption and like legitimate proof of corruption, not allegations of corruption. Look, I know like it's politics are a touchy subject, right? Mm-hmm. But a lot of it, what's going on at least stateside, it's all hearsay. Like there's no concrete evidence of anything, right? Like doesn't matter if you like Trump or not. Like there's just no legit concrete evidence that's been presented to the people.
Yeah. Now
what's being presented behind closed doors is something different. But what's being portrayed in the media, what's being portrayed.
What's it called? You said the opticals?
The optics of it is we don't have any hardcore like evidence, right? Like in Puerto Rico, there was hardcore evidence. Like as soon as the allegations came out, the top 7 people underneath the governorship fled Puerto Rico to other countries. Not even to the States, to other countries. There is, to this day, to my knowledge, after the governor stepped down, there are still threats on his life.
Oh, yeah? Where's he at now?
God, I don't know.
Who knows?
Nobody knows where he took off to?
Probably New York.
Well, if they found him, would he be arrested?
I mean, he's a U.S. citizen. So no. I mean, he's supposed to be going into trial, from my knowledge.
I'm not Puerto Rican.
I don't know. I don't know all the details. I don't know all the details, but I'll tell you. I'm looking at you like to see if you can help me over here. But from my knowledge, like he's supposed to be like legit legal repercussions, but he stepped down, so we don't know exactly. There's still an investigation going on, and Puerto Rico's fucked up, dude. Yeah, it's fucked up. And
why does it seem like the United States doesn't pay that much attention to Puerto Rico?
Because
they do, they just don't care.
Thank you. It's here's a sad reality, right? You talk to most Americans, they can't even point out Puerto Rico on a map.
Those are just island Mexicans.
They're just illegal Mexican.
I heard a nice phrase. I like what it's called. They're shipwreck Mexicans.
Basically.
Dude, my cousin, when he left, he moved from Miami, and right now he lives in North Georgia, like borderlines with Tennessee. He lives right off the mountains, and he's a firefighter out there. And they call him Taco. He's not Mexican, number one. Yeah. And that's where I heard Cuba. What part of Mexico is Cuba from? Like he literally they will not know. And obviously you're talking about a really segregated, section of the United States.
But don't they teach that in school?
No, not in Georgia.
Not in Georgia.
You kidding me?
They don't. What? They don't teach you geography in Georgia?
Like I said earlier, I spent 2 years in California. Every person that I met over there, including Mexican people, couldn't point out Puerto Rico on a map. Here's what they know about Puerto Rico.
It's so small you can't find it anywhere.
Shut the fuck up. The only thing that they knew about Puerto Rico was J-Lo. And J-Lo wasn't even born in Puerto Rico.
Big in Puerto Rico.
That's true. That is true. That is true. Her ass is Puerto Rico.
Basically. It's just jacked up, dude. But yeah, those conversations get in the barbershop, and then it just, it's like...
Or over a game of dominoes?
Mm-hmm.
God.
Game of dominoes.
No. Not bones.
Not bones. Don't mean no.
Right.
We play different, bro. People be dying.
Love dominoes. Yeah, man. But that's just the way it is, bro. Never good ending to this conversation, so avoid that.
No, I guess not.
I do. That's not everybody's like that.
But it's crazy, dude. Like, I remember, since you could probably say the same thing, since I can remember, like, at least in the island of Puerto Rico, politics is such a, like, talked about thing. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, here in the States, like, people, like, talk about, like, if you're in college, you'll talk about it a lot. Or, like, if you're, like, really, like, knee deep into it, you'll talk about it. But for the most part, we fight more about sports and like TV shows than we do about politics.
Hate the Patriots, bro.
Fuck yeah, I do too. Anyway, but in the islands,
Yeah.
it's what you talk about because it's the government's so local and it has such a big impact that you have an opinion and you want your opinion to be heard because your opinion might change something.
How long does it take to drive across from one side of Puerto Rico to the other?
In an hour and a half.
Yeah,
2 hours.
it's 30 miles. It's 100 miles long, 30 miles wide.
Wow, that is pretty small.
Yeah.
What's the population there?
In the island,
Y'all think
like
Mexicans-
2 million.
Is that a lot for such a small area?
Bro,
Yeah.
If I went over there, how much pussy could I get in a week?
probably none.
No,
Ah, damn it.
They
Why?
don't like Mexicans.
I'm not Mexican.
you're what kind of Hispanic?
I thought you were brown, dude.
No, I'm fuck. Turkey. I'm from Turkey.
You're from Turkey?
Did you forget? Did you forget where you're from, dude?
No, this is the lies I would tell them.
I'm only here. I'm like, bro. I thought we established he was brown
Bro,
before.
you can't have the nopal, okay? The nopal cannot be here.
Bro.
Damn that cactus on the forehead.
Dude. I mean, I wouldn't say you wouldn't get any, but like a legit Puerto Rican girl, she don't even fuck with me, bro.
Yeah, why not?
Like because they gotta be like deathly skinny
Uh-huh.
and
You have to have a rat tail.
yeah.
Oh, the rat tail.
But it's
Yeah.
weird. Puerto Ricans don't do rat tails like they do here in America.
It's called the ube there, but yeah, it's more.
It's a fake.
It's a rat tail.
I
It's a
thought
otter
rat
tail.
tails faded away back in the 90s.
Oh,
Not in Puerto Rico.
Not in the island, bro.
Well, I mean, they still drive those fucking cars in the 1930s. So.
That's Cuba.
Is it Cuba? It's not Puerto Rico? Oh, damn, wrong
They
one.
drive Datsuns in Puerto Rico, though, right?
Dots?
And Chevelles too. There's a Chevy Nova everywhere.
Really? Like the old school Novas or the ones where they come later on?
The Nova. The old school Nova. My grandfather had one.
Oh, no shit.
Like to this day, there's like at least 3 uncles that I know have one. Like they won't get rid of it. It's rusted. And they're like, no, I'm gonna fix it one day.
Put some bando.
Hey, no te preocupes, eso un poquito de W40. Fucking fix it.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
It's like the Greeks with the Windex. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's
So
how
when
they
it
are with
cleans
cars.
everything.
True story. My blood uncle
Yeah.
is black.
Uh-huh. Like how,
Like he's
black?
like, pardon my language.
Like not brown black?
No, like the N word.
Uh-huh.
Like
Negro.
he's a Negro. He's a with a mustache and an afro.
Cocolo?
Mustache and an afro.
He never left 1975, bro.
Bell bottoms and
He's Apollo from
dance salsa.
Rocky.
With a lot bigger of a stomach, bro. His stomach is like out to here. He'd be like,
Is that from your dad or mom's
oh,
side?
mom, because mommy got that taino look.
Yeah, she's
My uncle, his first wife, she's Puerto Rican, but she's black Puerto Rican. So his son, my cousin, is
White as fuck.
is half he's half black, half Hispanic, half Mexican. But
Light skin.
he
or dark
totally he's kind of light skinned, but like his
Is he like
hair,
me?
his hair is totally black. Like it's got waves and everything.
Yeah, like my mom. So they're technically extinct, but they're making. It's weird how they're finding the 23andMe are discovering that they never really were extinct. There's an Indian from the islands.
Uh-huh.
They're in Cuba and Dominican Republic too, called Tainos. My mom and my sister look really Taino.
Uh-huh.
Like I look Spaniard because of my father, but my mom and my sister look like native.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, he's met them. So
Yeah, no, no.
they look.
Especially mom, yeah.
My sister too. My sister got that nose though.
Yeah.
And she's not ugly. She's just she got that like Taino nose, bro.
I think we'll leave off with the Taino nose.
He's gonna be googling a lot of things. Like that.
I am.
Bro,
I'm gonna
he's
have
gonna
to
be
look
like,
at
what
this
the
shit.
fuck? There's a whole culture.
The nearest church near me.
He was like, who is TD Jakes?
How
He's
can
like,
I
oh,
get a
he's
check?
right down the street, buddy.
Dude, if I hear from you 2 years from now and like you have your own church, I'm gonna be like, bro.
Mountain Church?
That was not the point of our conversation.
You know, it's
what's
a
weird?
conversation. It's for you to take that shit to the stage.
You know what's weird? I do think about starting my own religion.
Oh, you can't?
Oh, what would you call it?
The Will of Fire Church.
Of course, yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're
The what?
What are we
Fire
worshiping
Church.
here,
Will of
or
Fire?
not
Mhm.
worshiping here?
You don't really worship
Sounds
anything,
sounds like Kanye.
but you follow. How do you say? Like
Tom
you
Cruise?
follow. No, not Tom Cruise. You kind of follow the good in people.
That's Buddhism, bro.
Okay, well I'm not gonna call it Buddhism.
Yeah, it's the Will of Fire, dude. Didn't you
Yeah,
see
Fuck
it?
the Will of Fire.
Naruto Shippuden would be like the guidelines of what to follow, of like how to be persuaded.
It's funny because I use Dragon Ball Z as like a depiction of Christianity. Like Goku's like the savior. You know what I mean? Have
Yeah.
you seen those memes?
But he's such a retard. Goku is so
And he's a
stupid.
glutton.
He just wants
He's
to
a glutton,
fight.
but dude, he works out like a mug, though.
Did you ever watch the abridged Dragon Ball Z?
The bridge?
Abridged. The abridged version.
No.
You need to watch the abridged version.
No,
If you're
bro. Is it gonna ruin it for me?
no, it just makes it funnier. It
Nah.
it's funny. It is real funny.
You don't
It is-
understand, dude. He's a purist. Like if it's not either in Japanese or like the original
Uh-huh.
English translation, he don't want to watch it.
Really?
What?
No, if
I
you
like the subtitles.
if
dude.
you like comedy,
I just told you.
you'll
Oh,
like
okay.
the abridged version because the abridged version just makes jokes of all the kind of ridiculous aspects of it. It's kind of like not really a spoof,
You
but
ever
like
notice that everybody has like a carrot or like a piece of clothing as their name?
in what Goku?
Like
I mean Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, like Dragon Ball Z.
What do you mean?
Like
No, they're not named after like a vegetable.
yeah, either a vegetable or a piece of cloth.
Interesting.
Uh,
I mean, dude, it's fantasy. Everything's gonna have silly things in there, like.
in the English version or in their version?
No, even in their versions, like it's original writer said that we went to the English language to come up with these people's names
Uh-huh.
because it makes no sense to the Japanese audience, the original Japanese audience. Toriyama is a genius.
Hitaki Toriyama.
He knew that the Americans were gonna love this.
I thought that was
He
a car
did.
for a long time.
All right. Ooh, that was a long podcast. I liked it.
Sorry,
Damn,
man.
we could talk, bro.
Bro, get the hell out of my.
We can. I will put an end to that though because I have somebody to tend to.
I gotta drive all the way.
Hey man, thanks for coming on, guys. Let me know when I'm coming on your podcast, and I'll do some research about what you want to talk about.
We'll work it out.
I'll do sports.
Here's the cool thing is we're gonna be upgrading our stuff going
Uh-huh.
into the new year. So
Yeah.
Hey, that's amazing.
so it's gonna be a little bit better.
Are you gonna? Do you have enough room for guests in your
In my
in
new
your
apartment,
bedroom?
we will.
your new apartment? You will. Oh, okay, cool.
So we'll figure it out.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, if you guys fix it, or not fix it, but get it
We're
together,
gonna
let me know.
upgrade it more.
If you guys upgrade, let me know. I'm not upgrading. I'm just doing an image change, brand name change. I said that before.
Right.
And
Not until we pull money.
huh?
I said not until we pull money do we upgrade equipment.
Yeah. Once I start making a little bit more or any money.
You make $2.72.
Hey, I'm up to $4 now.
Are we talking about the podcast?
Yeah, I'll start upgrading equipment, but like
I
right
think we
now,
made 10 cents.
right now I like my
6 months in and 10
dude,
cents.
dude.
That's right.
No, the funniest thing is like
I haven't even cashed it out
It's a
yet.
good return on investment.
the funniest thing is when I first started the podcast, I somehow, even though it's not possible, somehow I made 2 cents. The first amount I made was 2 cents, and like it wasn't through advertisement because I have an advertising Anchor. I advertise for them, which means that somebody had to donate 2 cents for me to get that. So somebody donated
2 pennies.
2 cents to the podcast when I first started it.
Somebody just wanted to give their 2 cents.
I was so proud.
Oh.
I was so proud of my 2 cents.
Oh my god. Alright, I think the 2 cents is enough of the 2 cents.
Just saying.
Let's close it out, dude.
I think so, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks for coming.
Alright, bye-bye.
Oh, thank you, dude.
Absolutely, man.
I definitely do. I have you guys on whenever you guys want. We schedule another one.
This is fun.
Where's my mouse at? There it is.
Yeah.
Come over here and I'll see you guys later.